All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you, my friend.
Good morning, Carlos. How are you doing this morning?
Peter, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yesterday was a long day of webinars,
Yeah,
events, and all that good
you
stuff. It was a long day.
yeah, you webinared all evening with two back-to-back sessions. So yeah,
Oh,
those are tiring days, but thank you for doing it. I know the community
yes.
appreciates it. So
Oh,
yeah.
I love it, man. I love talking shop with members, but yeah, don't schedule back to backs because then we had to finish the other one. There were still questions. I felt like I left people, like I gotta go. So yeah, back to backs are not great if you don't have the right time. But man, looking at this market here, we are heading south on a lot of tickers today.
Yeah.
So only two in the green. I'm not used to this. I can't remember when's the last time I saw this gap up list so empty. And on top of that, these were not even here a couple of minutes ago. It was blank. I had to refresh twice just to make sure I didn't have an error, and I do not. Everything is in the red side of things. So we'll dive into everything going on today. It's election day here in New Jersey and New York. So that's,
Oh,
kids are off, at least in my town. Kids are off for the elections day for the governor today. And same in New York. New York is the mayor, I believe, in New York. So elections
really?
happening here.
You
Yeah, yeah.
you have a day off for elections? Kids don't vote.
Schools, they don't. I don't know why they don't vote. Maybe to get the
Okay.
teachers and anybody that
All
works in
right.
the school system, or Peter, let's keep it simple, an excuse to have a day off, right?
I guess. Because you think with
Yeah,
the kids having a day off, it would make it more awkward for parents to be able to go vote because now they've
right.
got the kids
Got to
to
figure out
deal with.
babysitting and all this other stuff,
Yeah,
and
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
so
Yeah.
very strange system.
It seems
But
odd.
yeah,
Okay, well, all right. I mean, I
yeah.
guess, oh, there you go. Schools are polling locations. I guess that's interesting.
My
So
kids,
the kids get
both
a
my
day off.
kids are not. Yeah, you're right. Some schools are, but my kids' schools are not polling locations. We have a center
Uh,
that we use, but it is what it is,
just
right?
that would suck for
So
the kids if you get a day off and then you get brought back to school because your
parents got to
parent has to vote.
take you. Yeah, yeah. And then it's so weird. Then they come back. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Maybe some of those teachers are assisting in these locations. That could be it. That's it, Peter.
Hmm,
Because I know when I go to the
could
center
be.
here,
Yeah.
I run into a lot of teacher assistants, and they might be helping with that process. That's what it is too. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a
All
good
right.
reason to it. Good reason to it.
All
All right,
right.
friends.
Whatever. Go
Here's the
vote.
economic
Go vote,
calendar.
people.
Yeah,
It's
go
important.
vote in New Jersey, New York. Put your vote in.
It's tempting to think that your vote doesn't count, but it is important as part of a democracy. Trust me, if you're if you're, not in a democracy, you would wish you had the ability to vote. So it's
Absolutely. No, and in local, I think local, you definitely have a say, right? So don't definitely get out there.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, so let's talk about these markets. Like you said, Carlos, markets are moving down. Is this it? Is this the beginning of the end? I don't know. We've been talking about it for years. That is not an exaggeration. Literally, it's been years. Um, that everybody's been forecasting, the end of the good times here on the stock market, and it hasn't happened yet. But who knows? Maybe this is it. Today we're supposed to have some data. Look, I am actually not sure if any of this data is going to come out. All of this comes from various different federal government sources. So
Hmm.
some of it is listed. My different sources, one of them didn't list data when it wasn't available, but it's listing some of this. So I honestly don't know what's going to come out. Here's the
Yeah.
schedule. I can tell you, at the very least, that the 8:30 a.m. data on the job openings, on the trade deficit, did not happen. So
Yeah.
that didn't happen. Whether the factory orders or job openings is the big jolts one, right? Normally we look forward to that. Normally the market has a reaction to the jolts job opening data. I don't think we're going to get it today. There's no forecast available that I can see, so it'll just be all about earnings, like it's been for the last week or so. And we do have a bunch today. There was a couple last night that we'll talk about, and then a whole bunch today that you may or may not want to trade. There's none of the big stuff, but there's some interesting things going on.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get into all of that. And yeah, let's get see what's happening here on this gappers list. Only a few gapping up. Whoa, look at that. One more shut up to the gap up list. Upwork. So let's start there. UPWK. So Upwork this morning we're up 20%, 230,000 shares traded. I wish this would be a ticker that would trade very well, but they've got very light volume on the daily. I mean, you can see it here. It's just extremely light, guys. Under 4 million, just not under 5 million for the most part, all last month and into October. So again, not great. Peter, seems like they have some earnings, maybe. I mean, it's the only thing I could think of.
Yep. They are one of the earnings, not one of the ones that I was tracking, to be honest. But yes, and they just gone on tour list, like you pointed out. They just jumped up there because they just finally got enough volume to go over the limit, right, for our scanners. They looks like they beat their numbers in the quarter. They raised their full year guidance and are not trading any volume. So there's not much to say here. I don't think this is going to be a tradable There's going to be a lot more better trading stocks than this one.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't like it. We'll move on to the next one, friends. And another one on here on the gap up list, brought to you by tradingterminal.com, is oh look, Upwork disappeared. That's it. Dropped lower, I believe. VITL. VITL. If we take a look here, we're up 12%, 225,000 shares traded, and it just looks brutal. Pre-market just does not look great at all. So not something I'll be watching. Again, another one, even worse volume than Upwork. Vital Farms. Not sure what they do, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I think we've had them once or twice before on earnings, but not even regularly. It looks like they again had their earnings. They gave an upbeat report in Q3, and they're gaining as a result. I mean, again, the volume here so low. I mean, look at their average daily volume. Like we're talking a million shares, So don't get too excited here. It's not going to give us a good trade today. I don't expect. Absolutely not.
Yeah, yeah, don't like it. We'll move on here. So Hims is probably one that's can give us an
There you
opportunity.
go.
Hims is on the
Yeah.
gap up list today. 3.1, 1.5 million shares traded. And this went to a stretch, Peter. If you remember, it went through a stretch where it was trading really good. Like you guys were watching it. We were watching it almost every day. But yeah, gapping up here today. What's the latest and greatest?
Well, two things. So, yes, they had earnings after the close yesterday. It was one of the two that we were watching, and they beat their numbers in the quarter. That being said, that is really, I don't think, what's driving it this morning. The bigger news this morning is that apparently they're in talks with Novo Nordisk to sell its obesity pill on their healthcare, their telehealth site. So, nothing confirmed. So this could be news affected, meaning we could just get Novo saying, we deny, right, that we are in talks or the talks have broken down, or there could be announcements saying absolutely we confirm that there's an intent to do so and this thing could skyrocket. So Hims, you got to watch the news if you're going to look to play it today, because earnings is not the big story. As much as again, they had a good quarter. This stock has been moving, and just look at this daily, right, up and down and up and down, and it's been all around the is their obesity drug, because they've been selling a couple of different third-party ones, right? Was it causing health problems? Oh, it drops, right? Oh no, they're getting another one that they're able to sell on their health site. The stock goes up, and then they have some more issues with what was their one thing? It was like I can't remember. It was a men's hair thing that was causing like illness, and the stock drops again. And Anyways, they've had all sorts of problems back and forth. It's all around the different medications that they've been offering. So this one is, just look at the range, right? We're at the low end of this range. As long as Novo Nordisk doesn't come out and deny the talks or say that they've broken down, we've got a good range. We got $20, right? This is a 50% increase. This thing could cross over the next couple of days. Unlikely to do it all today, but you never know. With strong enough news, it could very well. On the other side, again, if there was negative news and this thing goes below 42, look out, man. There's a lot of room down below, and this thing could drop
Yeah.
50%. So, I think there's a huge range on this. The big question is, are we going to get the tradable volume? Because Carlos, we have traded this in the
Right.
past. It can
Yep.
give us good trading opportunity, but you need that volume. Just look at the few days that had the volume spikes. Those are really the only ones that were tradable. So despite all this up and down movement, you can see there's been only occasional days where it really sort of gets enough
Hmm.
volume to make it worthwhile as a day trading opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you. I like this one. And guys, careful with I know it's not a low flow, but it can move. I mean, this thing can give you
Oh yeah.
$2 pretty easily, even three. I mean, we saw the volatility be very aggressive. So I'm gonna add it to my list. Probably the only one that's gonna be coming off the gap up list for me, as everything is in the red. All right, so shout out to Ben Paris, one of our good buddies, found a job, so he's gonna be working 9 to 5. But then he mentioned we thought he was like leaving YouTube and just we're never gonna hear from him again. And he says today, "Hey, I'm gonna be working from home, fully remote gig." So I told him, in that case, we expect you to be here every day, man. If it's fully remote, put us on a tablet, next to your desk, and we expect you to hang out with us still if you're doing everything remote. If you don't got to show up to a job, so congrats on the gig, man, and glad that you
Yeah.
still be able to hang out with us. can't
Well,
be,
and
can't
that's the
afford
way
to
to do
lose
it,
people.
right? You really want to keep the job or get one if you can. It takes the pressure off, right? You got a regular paycheck. Use this as just extra money. That way you can focus on the process and the money will come. It's so weird to say because I know that the objective is to earn money, but again, I use the analogy. It's like an athlete, right? If you just focus on scoring the goal, you're probably gonna get less. You need to focus on the teamwork and your footwork and the
Yeah,
passing game and all that stuff, and then you put yourself in an opportunity to score a goal. It's the exact same thing in trading. Focus on the process, focus on taking smart and good trades, focus on managing your risk and your emotions. You'll put yourself in a good position to make money. You can't focus on the money directly. So there's my
yeah,
advice for this morning.
yep, 100%. Do not leave your job.
So,
Do not leave your
and
job.
if we
Yep.
could say, so have you, anyways, there's a question, when should a person leave their 9 to 5? What you should leave your 9 to 5 if over the course of a year you've made more money trading than you've made in your job. Only then should you ever even consider leaving your job, and maybe not even then. But that's an entire year where you've made more money over the year than you made working. That is the earliest you should ever consider leaving a job, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah,
So
could not agree anymore. Absolutely. Takes time, guys. You don't need the extra pressure. It's funny. We spoke about yesterday in one of our webinars. Someone asked, hey, I got enough money to survive for an extended period of time. Should I leave my job and start full trading? And I think even then you shouldn't leave your job.
no,
I think when you have money come, think about trading as little different businesses, right? Trading is a business, it provides you income. Your day job is a business, provides you income. What do the wealthy do? They open up different business. So you're gonna close an income source to try to open up another one that you don't know if it's gonna work. That's not a good business decision, right? Just think about that.
right.
So try to figure out how you can maybe work later hours, work part time, work at night, move to the west. We had a guy to the west coast so he can trade in the morning, right? So figure out what can you do to keep that source of revenue open, that income open, and then build your other businesses, trading, real estate, whatever you're into, building simultaneously. Then it gets to a point like it got for Andrew where the trading and all the businesses ventures he had did not make sense for him to go to a 9 to 5 and be stuck and not be able to work on his projects, right? The balance happened at that time where he decided, okay, it makes no sense for me to do this anymore. You got to get to that point.
And you know what? We don't have to look any farther than our buddy Andrew. I know we're going way down this rat hole, but it's an important topic, right? I think for traders, and this is what we're here is to help and educate and support each other through this. Andrew was trading with us. He created a community. He started the new business with Bearable Traders. He was trading, in the mornings here, like he does, and developed his expertise at the Open while managing a full-time job. And I have to admit, the first couple of years that I was here in the chat room with him, when it was just him and me and a few other people, I had no idea that he was working full-time because he was West Coast and he traded in the morning, right? And then after he was done here, he went to work. I didn't know that for like at least the first, I don't know, 18 months, almost 2 years, I think that we were working together. And, and credit to him, that took the pressure off, right? He could trade. That's what
Yeah.
led to, in part, to the success that he's enjoyed now, because he was able to build it up without that pressure of, everything relies on trading. So,
Yeah. Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. Great comments, guys. I want to comment some more here, but if me and Peter get going, you guys will not
Yeah.
get a watch list today because we love this
Yeah.
topic and we know how important
We
this is.
get
But I
back
see
to
a
work.
comment that I want to jump in on, but I'm not going to because I know where this would
Yeah.
go in a good way. All right, friends, let's continue here. So look, some more friends showing up on our gap up list. SPOT on the list for the gap up this morning, getting some volume here, looks like. Spotify, another ticker, Peter, that I wish would trade well, but it does not. I mean, it's very choppy, higher price with lighter volume. I'm just not a fan of it at all. It's very difficult to read the price action. Looks like they're getting some action today based on the intraday. Not sorry, the intraday. Based on the pre-market, it looks like earnings maybe getting a little pop here. Actually, yeah, I did see them on the earnings calendar for this morning. I believe.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was earnings. They delivered just over their revenue. I didn't know that they're a company that makes about $5 billion a quarter. They delivered 4.99 billion in this quarter, and they almost doubled their expected earnings at $3.83 versus a buck 87, which was their forecast. So a good day. But as you said, unfortunately, they just don't trade enough volume generally to make it worthwhile. But yes, they did have earnings. So, and that,
Yep.
as you said, not much on the gap up list. There's a couple others that are gapping up, all with lower volume. Hims we talked about, BP. Right, British Petroleum is an example. They are oddly are gapping up this morning. They actually missed on revenue, but beat bottom line earnings, gapping up. But they don't get enough volume there for us to get all that interest. Hertz, sometimes we used to watch Hertz. Good
Yeah.
volume this morning, right? 7.5 million shares, up 20%. So quite a big. I mean, their earnings weren't that great. I mean, they did beat earnings. They delivered 2.48 billion in revenue versus 2.43, but the big number is the bottom line. They're expected to lose 2 cents a share, and they actually made 12 cents a share. So that's like significantly better than anticipated. And I think the market's reacting to that unexpected profitability. And this thing is up significantly. Too much? I don't know. I mean, it closed below $5 yesterday, and here we are. It spiked as high as 6.25 this morning. So yeah, this actually looks to be in play. It's a little sketchy as to whether it's going to be a good trading opportunity, but I might actually put it on my list just because of that volume and because of the history, right? Because it has traded well in the past.
Yeah.
We'll see. It is trading on the Nasdaq, but it'll trade more like a New York Stock Exchange stock, which means it'll be a little jerkier and it won't be as smooth in my experience. But we'll have to see, right, what it gives us today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
the what else did I have? So from a
mhm.
gap up,
Yep.
the only other one I had was Race. I like to watch Race just because it's fun. RACE, which is Ferrari. And it's funny, I was on my way back from the gym. So there's car people and then there's non-car people, right? And sometimes you're just a car person, whether you know it or not. And I was thinking about that this morning as I was driving back from the gym. And you go through a school zone, Carlos, here, and here we have all like speed cameras. Every school zone has a speed camera nowadays.
Yep.
And so I'm driving 40 kilometers an hour, which is 25 miles an hour, right? And so you're just trundling your way through there. And this little kid, he must have been going to kindergarten. Like he didn't look any older than 5. Just this cute little guy just stops in his tracks and stares at my car as it goes by. Almost everybody else completely ignoring it, right? But
Yeah.
I don't even if he probably didn't know what the car was, but he knew it looked different than the other cars. And I'm like, that's a car kid, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's 5 years old and he just stopped with his mouth open and staring. So I took her out of gear and revved the engine for him, and then he just watched me. And his dad's like, "Come on, man, like, we got to get to school," and he was just standing
Very
there watching.
nice.
So
I
I'm
like
like, you know
that.
what?
Love that.
Build the dreams, man. I love doing that for little
Oh
kids. You
yeah.
just rev the engine and let them hear it. You know, if you're a car
Yeah.
kid, give it to them, man.
Oh man, Peter, my son is
Yeah,
a huge car kid. I mean, he
yeah.
can. When he was 4, he can name every car with the alphabet. Alfa
Oh
Romeo,
wow.
BMW, Chevy. Like he could name
Wow.
every single car, including the hard letters like the Z and all these weird cars from Europe. Car kid, man. He
Wow.
loves it, loves it, loves it.
All
Yeah,
right. There
he's
you go.
really into it. So, yeah. So here's race doesn't trade very well like their cars race very well, but
No.
unfortunately, we'll skip it just because it's not a good one. Any other ones, Peter? As far as gapping up?
No, that was it for the gap up. There's a bunch more earnings, but they're all moving down this morning, like most things.
Yeah, man. Look at this gap down list brought to you by Trading Terminal Conference. You can go in there. Amazing scanners. We were talking about this yesterday in our presentation on Trading Terminal. And again, just incredible quality scanners here. I mean, Peter, where do we start? This
Yeah.
list
Well,
is just massive.
yeah.
Towards the bottom, between that 2 and 3%, you see Baba, Tesla, I mean, Google, American Airlines, Nvda. Everything is down this morning. So maybe we'll start with the earnings, the big stories, and we kind of dissect this thing through. Peter, you want to do that?
Sure. Well, SRPT actually had earnings, but that's not why they're dropping. They did have earnings, beat their numbers. Nobody cares because they had not one, but two different drugs for muscular dystrophy that failed their confirmation tests. So those two failed drugs have got them dropping down about 35%, I think, this morning. Yeah, it's a bloodbath over there. So yeah, not doing good. That being said, they did bounce up earlier this morning a little bit, so there is hope. The volume's okay. This is a tough one. I don't know what to expect out of this. I think we've got better things. Like it feels like it's quieted down a little too much, and it's moving sideways now on a 1 or a 5 minute chart. So I might put it here on a secondary, but I won't put a close eye on it. Probably the biggest one we should talk about here is PLTR. Big earnings after the close yesterday, and they actually beat their numbers. We were watching this at the close. It was probably our number one target, and it was looked really good at the start. It spiked up. It looked like PLTR was going to be moving higher, and then it has just sold off ever since. It came back to the same place it opened at, or sorry, that it closed at yesterday at the close of the market, held there until later yesterday evening, and then it's just sold off all today, which is interesting to me. PLTR was one that I was actually expecting to see down because I thought it was a little hard for them to achieve analyst expectations. And that seems to be the case because their numbers were all good, right? Palantir here beat their Q3 earnings. They raised their guidance. They talked about AI. They said the outlook for the last quarter of the year is good, and they're still down. So it's
Yeah.
that may be a sign, Carlos, that maybe we're getting towards the end here because you look at that daily. I mean, it was moving up and up and up and over 200 bucks. Yesterday, everybody's all excited, and today they're like, hold your horses, man. It's
Yeah, yeah. And
so,
you know what? And part of it too, I mean, if you look at the year, I forget the number. It was like these guys are up 120 plus year to date, right? So it's
oh
like,
yeah,
they
it's
have a massive move up, and maybe that's kind of playing into like, hey, we want you to hit a grand slam instead of a two run home run, which is still really good, right? It's just the market's weird like that at times. This is why guessing into earnings, even
yep,
if you had the data, like imagine someone came to your desk and say, "Hey, here's the data for POTR tomorrow." You read these numbers. Oh, it look great. I'm gonna buy a boatload of shares. You wake up this morning to this, right? So,
yep,
gotta be careful, guys. Trade the reaction and not the news, right? Before it happens.
yeah.
POTR on the
Oh,
list for sure.
yeah, PLTR feels like the big one here, but they're not alone. This morning we had earnings from Uber. Uber is we really only watch it these days around earnings, and they delivered good numbers. Can't argue. 13.4 billion in revenue versus 13.2, and I haven't been able to dig into the details to find out if there's some discrepancy in the numbers here, but the analyst consensus for their earnings per share was only 67 cents, but it seems like they delivered over $3 worth. So that feels like there's something there's something that was in out of sync on that, because that, they shouldn't get 5 times their targeted revenue. However, they're gapping down, as you of course notice, and the reason for that largely is that there's concern over their bookings forecast for Q4 that is a little lower than analysts expected. So they haven't called off their guidance, right? They say, hey, we're still going to hit our guidance. However, the worry is that with the overperformance in this quarter, they'll actually underperform next quarter, but still hit the whole year number, which is why they don't have to call it off. So Uber's at an interesting spot here, just price wise, I find. And, this is a stock that was yesterday, right? It had just barely poked its head over 100, and it was looking good up there, and now we're back down to 92 bucks, and look at the daily where it's sitting at the low end of this range. I think that if people are really disappointed, Uber could give us some movement, but it's tough to tell at this point. Good volume, 3.3 million shares traded already. It's another one that it's a maybe. So it goes on the list from my point of view. Like, we're going to have a sort of a big secondary today, just because there's so many things where, you never know which one of them is going to move. And Carlos, this is what happens often during earnings, especially when you have uncertain markets. We haven't seen this in a while, right? Because the markets have
Right.
generally been pretty positive. We know you pick the good ones and you go with it. I find when you get these uncertain markets, you get a whole bunch of stuff that sits on the secondary, because you're like, I don't know which one of these are going to move, and frankly, I don't even know which direction they're going. So that's what
Yeah.
today feels like, with just so much gapping down. Um, on Just to continue here on earnings, we've got
Yep.
Shopify. So we already talked about Spotify, but this is Shopify. So Shop. They had earnings, also beat their numbers. But again, earnings, if there's another story out there, the focus is on the other story, not the earnings, right? Because again, in quarter, beat their numbers, raised their guidance. However, they've got some concern over their ability in a downtrending market to maintain their order flow. So again, that feels like speculation, because Shopify actually feels pretty well positioned to me. Like, I don't see justification for this one, but I don't know. It's not one that gets a lot of volume. Under 1 million shares traded so far, Carlos. Normally we only get about 8 million shares, which is on the low end for the type of stuff we like to trade. Um, yeah, probably there's better targets, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And the last one from earnings that I wanted to point out to you guys was Pfizer. PFE. Um, Pfizer had once again delivered earnings this morning. One of the few that missed on revenue, not by a lot, but they missed by a bit, but over delivered by about 30% on their bottom line earnings, delivering 87 cents a share versus 66. And Pfizer is one that I sometimes like to trade on earnings. Um, Again, but it's in a funny position, right? Q3 numbers were good. They raised their full year guidance. They reconfirmed their revenue outlook. They filed an antitrust lawsuit against Novo Nordisk and Metsera. So, saying that they impacted their business adversely through unfair practices. Who knows if that lawsuit goes anywhere? But being that they're the ones suing, right? That's usually like, it doesn't feel like there's anything particularly bad going on with Pfizer. So I don't understand the gap down. So I don't know which direction to take this, but it is down, just under 1% right now, with some good volume, 5 million shares. This is a NYSE stock. So again, if you choose to watch it, wait for the volume. You'll know when this thing starts to move. Don't jump in early, or you could end up on the wrong side of this. So
Yeah.
those are all the ones I needed to
100%.
point out.
100%. All right, guys. There you have it. The first one you mentioned, what's the ticker, Peter? I'm gonna add this on here on my secondary.
I don't
What's
I don't know.
it's
For
earnings?
SRPT at the top.
I think it was
Uber?
SRPT. Yeah, Uber. That's the one. Uber. Yeah. I was like, damn it.
Okay.
I just kept listening to you and forgot to add Uber to my secondary list.
There you go.
I
All
think
right.
there might be an opportunity there. So Uber for sure is going there. Friends, as Peter mentioned, this list is just packed. Everything you can think of, your favorite usual
Yeah.
suspects are all on here. We're gonna stop here and pick up some stuff from the room, from both chats, see what you guys like, look at a couple of things. But I think today I'm gonna
Uh,
be looking at a lot of the usual suspects.
Yeah, and just for anybody that may be new, right, or you've got a short-term memory like me and you're a goldfish, keep in mind, right, this is one of those days where the market is red, we're gapping down. Don't assume that you need to go short everything, right? I honestly have no idea what's going to happen, but we've seen this in the past where the market will gap one way, up or down, and then all of the price action is in the other direction, right? You get that initial head fake and then things just move the other way. Again, I have no idea what's going to happen today, but these types of days where everything's moving in almost everything is moving in one direction actually make me more nervous than when things are just when we have no idea, right? When you got a lot of stuff on both sides because the market can fake you out. So just, like Carlos just said, let the stock price action tell you, use your signals, don't just make assumptions and guess. You might get lucky and it might work, or you could be very wrong. And if you're stubborn on that, that's when you can have big, big red days. And we don't want that for anybody. So,
Yep, 100%, guys. Let's start in chat here. CRCL, Circle of Internet. How can we forget the name? Circle of
yeah.
Internet. It is down 3.1 this morning, 346,000 shares traded. And again, just like everything, is it down on its own, or are we here because the overall market? I do gotta say though, the daily does look very interesting as we get to this level of someone's support, right? So I'm not sure what this means, Peter.
Yeah. There's some interesting news on this that a New York court has frozen. So I guess there's a court case against a hacker out there, and the New York court has frozen about $63 million of assets, leveraging Circle's platform or control. Right, they issued a court order. They had to freeze the assets. That's got I guess there's a little bit of concern because they're supposed to maintain anonymous accounts and information, and the fact that the courts can now go and freeze assets have got some people concerned that their wallets, right, could also be targeted and frozen. The part of the theory here was that unlike a bank account, right, that can be frozen. We know that the courts have often do that when there's cases, especially financial related cases against individuals. This was theoretically supposed to be immune from that or isolated from it. It seems like the sophistication is increasing, but also means the traceability has increased. So a little bit of concern there. How big is it? Doesn't matter. What matters is the perception of reality. And right now, Circle seems to be moving down again with the markets, but also with that news, which again could get better or worse. So always be careful on news-driven stuff. I love where it sits on the daily here. Again, if this thing drops, like I'm watching the 110 level, a nice whole dollar number.
Yep.
If it's a few dollars away from that, but it feels like that would be a big area where this thing could see a lot of retraction on its price if it drops that far. Again, I have no idea whether it will or not. The volume is way too low this morning for me to really tell, but
Yeah, yeah, I like the daily, but I agree. It's not sure how well this is going to trade. All right, friends, what else? I did see some people earlier give us VSEE. Take a look at this one. What do we have here? We are, oh, yeah, more of a penny stock. So, you must be probably new to the channel, but yeah, we don't usually trade penny tickers. It is in play clearly. 26 million shares trade. I mean, that's a boatload. But yeah, it just doesn't fit my criteria. So just be careful. This thing has popped up in the past. Pre-market went up to 240 from like 50 cents. But again, just be
yeah.
careful. You gotta know what you're doing. Usually, me and Peter, our strategies don't work very well with these type of plays. So we'll leave this one alone.
Y-
Uh,
Yeah,
anything
this
to add
is
on that
this is
one?
the type of stock that people tend to trade halt-based strategies on, right? You're looking for big aggressive movements, sort of outsized movements, right? This is a $1 stock. So 20
Yeah.
cents on this is like an 18% move, right? So, you really have to, I mean, this closed yesterday at 99 cents. So you gotta always keep that in perspective, and you play into the halts. Usually you can play into the first and second halt. The third halt's a warning, where often then the momentum might leave on this. So there are strategies that can play it. There are communities that focus on this type of stock, like Carlos said, not our thing, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's not what we do. It's in our opinion a higher risk because you don't have the same technical indicators. You use a very different philosophy and approach to understand how to manage this.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at Hut is the other one that someone mentioned, but again, I don't see a whole lot of volume and activity on this one here, so we will skip it for now. Iran, yeah, Iran lost a lot of ground yesterday, right? Our IREN, so you can see it here, down 4.7. Yesterday gapped up on some good news in the
Hmm.
merger and Nvidia and Microsoft and all this other iCloud stuff sold off, and today we're gapping down some
Yeah.
more clearly. With the overall market putting a lot of weight into tickers, this is one that's feeling some of that pressure. So, not sure how well it's going to be in trade today. Definitely was in play yesterday. Today, I'm just not sure. I think some of our usual suspects, like in POTR with earnings, like in Apple, like in Nvidia, Tesla for sure, which has been Peter. I mean, how incredible has Tesla been? I mean, Tesla is giving you everything you want, man.
Yeah.
Volume, moves, continuation. I mean, it's going to be front and center on my list today as well. As
That
I add it right now.
If you're an open momentum trader, most of the time you can count on Tesla to do something, right? It's about whether you can understand the direction it's going. And I'm not good at that open-based momentum because I look at Tesla and I've been saying, you know what, it's actually been worse to trade over the last little while because after the open, those midday moves it just sort of goes flat a little faster than it used to. But the open has been great, right, for the last little while.
Yeah.
So don't I mean it sometimes gives the midday moves. It's not all done, but those fans, man, they will keep that thing going. So yeah, who knows? I mean, Tesla's moving down with the market today, but never count it out, right? If it starts to move, you can jump on for the ride and yeehaw.
Yeah. Elon didn't get his package. Is that final? He didn't get his package there, his pay
Uh,
package.
Well, look, I always think I have to keep that in perspective. So the vote is actually happening Thursday, I think, if I
Okay.
recall. So, but but there a lot of investors have already sort of the big investors who can actually move this thing apparently have put their votes in early. So there's a concern that they may or may not approve it. We hear like there's some big investors that said that they are rejecting it, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to carry the vote. Like I yeah, this feels like a little bit of a showmanship at the end of the day.
Mm.
You know what?
Hmm.
Pay him $2 trillion. Who cares? If you make it tied to the stock price, doesn't everybody win? And
Yeah.
again, like the more outrageous you make the targets, the more hopefully he's going to focus and work on it. Look, love or hate him, I haven't liked everything he's done. I don't agree with all of his opinions. However, he has changed the world. There's no question, right? The fact
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
have that every single car manufacturer now has to deliver electric cars, that push into it was driven by Tesla. There's no arguing that. He's changed space travel. He's absolutely revolutionized or forced change in certain industries. And I think, he deserves some credit for that. Whether they want to pay him for that or not, that's up to the shareholders. They're going to lay their vote, but one way or the other, PayPal, he was actually less
That.
influential at PayPal, but
Yeah.
that's an interesting conversation for, debate conversation over a drink somewhere. But,
Yeah.
and X, I would argue, is probably not his
These are
shining
these
glory.
are those are all side quests. I think these are all side quests
Yeah,
in his main stuff.
look, not everything he's done's been good. I would argue he changed X for the worse, but it's, you know what, he's trying, he's working it. So look, the thing is, as we're trading, the only thing we can trade out of all the stuff he's involved in is Tesla. So it seems to get an outsized, focus, I think, for investors. But that's okay, because if it gives us trading opportunity, I'm all for it. Tesla, you go do your thing, man. And look, I'm all for the debate over his pay package, whether it gets approved or not. If it gives me a trading opportunity than Tesla, then off you go. It's just part of what I get to do every day. So
Yeah, I think Elon agrees with your comments there. I see smokes his
there you
joint.
go. There you
Um,
go.
but yeah, and the new Teslas, I gotta tell you, they're looking nice. I've seen a couple on the road
They,
already.
I,
They are
I know.
looking they're looking nice,
I do
Peter.
like the look. I mentioned that the other day.
Yeah. It's a
I
little
did.
less boxy in the back. The
Hmm.
back was too boxy for me. I don't like these box vehicles, right? And I'm talking about the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is like a Jeep Cherokee, not like a one of those Jeep cars, right? You got to
I,
really be into that because I've been in those Jeeps. Man, they're rough, they're
yeah.
loud. It's not an all everyday car. So Cybertruck is on a whole different level. But they're regular cars. They're nice. They're looking really nice.
Alex. So Alex just created a look at that. He even got my jersey in the background. How'd you do that? I like that. Hey, look at AI. Look what AI can do. But
Oh
Alex,
man,
you know how
beautiful.
that picture's fake? There's an obvious clue that that picture is fake. Everybody who knows me
Oh,
knows.
I know that. I know it already. Let's see if the
Yeah.
fans can guess. Let's see
That
here.
I'm in it? No, it's
No,
not
no,
that.
that's not it. That's not it.
It's got
Starts with a
I
B.
love the
Starts with
fact
a
that my
B.
jersey from my office is in this thing. I think that's
Starts
pretty
with a
cool.
starts with a B.
There you go. Everybody's getting into the room. Yeah.
Ah,
See,
that's
if
yeah.
I was holding a scotch, then maybe that happened. But
Yeah.
even for Elon, I'm not drinking a beer. It's not happened. His
Now you
pinky's not
won't,
up.
Peter. Now, see. Here's what we gotta discuss this, and we'll get back on track in just a second. So you won't have one of these Guinness beers. You just won't try it. Like a nice
I,
Guinness made from a
I,
local Irish shop I got over here. This guy's been around for 50 plus years, rated one of the best Guinness in the country. If I take you there, you're not going to have a Guinness.
I'll try it if you want me to. But I've had Guinness in,
Not from
like
here.
in no, I've had Guinness in Ireland, and I still didn't like
Ah,
it.
I can't
So
beat that.
I'm not sure what the. I just don't like beer. I don't like the taste of hops. It's
Yeah,
the so
yeah.
it doesn't matter what the beer is. I don't. It's not something that.
You're not loving it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, excellent, friends. Here we go. Uh, GP Trader says he'll come. So I'll send my invite to you.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, don't get me wrong. Peter will still come and have a good time, and we'll find something to
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, friends. I'm gonna finalize my list. Here's what I'm looking at. I'm gonna go with usual suspects today. I'm waiting for Andrew and Brian to put their list together. Once they do that, I'm gonna copy some of their stuff. I see Jared's watching BYND, which makes me want to look at it. So that's gonna be interesting here. BYND, what's
Oh,
happening here?
BYND.
Wow, $1. How we
Yeah.
quickly
Oh.
fallen from the heavens of veggie burgers. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of back to where it was, isn't
Yeah.
it? So I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah, but that excitement didn't last for very long, right? As they had their moment, as you say, back 2 weeks ago, as they spiked up, and we did talk about them at that time, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
beyond meat has not covered themselves in glory as a tradable stock. So. I
Yeah.
still can't get past. They really, somebody needed to talk to their marketing group that, again, their packaging when they do the like the almost the freeze dried, like they take all the oxygen out, and then those sausages are just absolutely repulsive looking. So anyways.
I don't think I ever seen them, man. I probably don't want
No,
to.
no. Whoa, man.
No, no.
I don't know if anybody out there's got a picture of it. I seen them in the stores, and I'm like, I look at that go, if that was like real meat, it still looks totally gross. I don't want
Yeah.
any part of that.
Yeah.
But you got to make
Uh,
it, if you're pretending to be meat, you got to make it like, good looking meat.
yeah.
Anyways,
Agreed.
in my opinion.
Another one that looks great, Peter, that we kind of maybe didn't go over it yet, but Nvidia, right? We talked about our usual suspects. Look at the drop here, down 2.1, 7.3. But what I like about it the most is the daily. This daily looks really, really nice. We're holding on to it, an area that
Yeah.
has been so poor last week. So let's see how this market continues. Are we going to get the drop, or are we going to hold here? So I'm going to add Nvidia, which is again typically one of our usual suspects, and that's going to be my list. Tesla, HIMS, POTR, Nvidia. I will be looking at the trading terminal scanners for today, that turbo breakup and turbo breakdown scanners we talked about yesterday's in our webinar. Going to be looking at that to see if anything else pops up that might be getting some good volume. That's not on our list. Peter, for you, anything we might have missed before we go to our announcements that you like today?
Uh, I think you covered the main ones. Obviously, I always watch AMD, just waiting to see when it's going to, give me some glory because I just never know. One that has been interesting, if you like sort of the slow, we talked about the low float, right? Sort of momentum-based trades. One that's been trading pretty consistently well is Microsoft. If you want something slower, where you can sort of pick a direction and sort of ride it for most of the day. Try that. Look at Microsoft. I've been watching it for the last little while, and it's provided some interesting trade opportunities, I think, but they're slower ones, right? It takes a while. You got to be patient, and have very firm targets. Everybody's like pumping me into AI right now. Here I am behind Talgat's got me driving behind a Tesla. You couldn't even give me like a flat stomach on that. I would have appreciated that. And my face looks totally weird. What is that? That's like if I that's me crossed with an Indian fellow or something. I'm not sure what's. Anyways, it's close though.
Yeah. AI is getting this is good. What application
There
are you
you
using? This
go.
is really good, man. This is
Now,
really, really
now
good.
that could be real. Alex on the palm tree, he's got a new one up there. Then now that's pretty close to reality. That could be me right there. Look at that. I like it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful.
there you
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
go.
All right, friends. That is our chat room. You can join there. Peter's going to show you how to do that in just a second. But first, let's head over to bearwoodtraders.com. You click on this little webinars tab here, and you can see what's happening for the next today. Today is Tuesday, so Peter will let you know what's happening then, and also how you can join the chat.
You know what? And if nothing else, guys, this fun we're having this morning should give you an indication of the value you can get out of the chat room because it's more than just trading. It's a community. It's people out to help. We love to have a lot of fun while we're making money and watching the markets. So, yeah, if you haven't considered joining us, consider it. Go to bearabletraders.com. As you can see, almost every day, well, Monday through Thursday, we generally have most of our webinars. Here on this Tuesday, we focus on strategy and trade book. So this is about, the technical stuff, which arguably is not the most important, but it's the foundation that every trader needs to have. So we're going to help you build that foundation. 8 o'clock tonight, we have our signature event with Megan, who's going to talk about stop loss science, why you're getting stopped out before the move happens. I love it because this happens to almost all of us at some point in our career, usually as you're getting started and often well after that. I still suffer from this. So this is a good opportunity to understand Megan's perspective. She is one of our best traders, and her webinars are always well done. And I challenge you. She's got to have at least one bread reference. She loves her gluten, so there's got to be one bread. Yeah, there you go. See, Jared just said it as well. I expect bread. So that's sort of the Easter egg. Sometimes it's not that hidden. Other times it's woven in there, but somewhere she's got a bread reference. All right, so there's your challenge for tonight. In the middle of the day, we do have two different webinars at 11. We've got Phil that talks about small account option trading, and then at noon, Brendan is going to talk about DOS Trader Pro and how to set it up and use it. It's a great tool. We all use it for our professional trading platforms, or many of us do. But it's got lots of features and functionality that can be hidden. So if you want to know how to unlock them, then Brennan's your guy. And in the onboarding room, he'll help you out with that. So 11, 12, and 8 are our sessions today. Like I already mentioned, if you want to join us at verbal please do so, right? A great opportunity right now is we've got our sale going on the Elite Annual. But if you want to just kick the tires, try the intro. It's a great way to just get oriented. And you'll see the big difference, right? The YouTube channel is great. And Carlos and I are very happy to be with you every morning. And then you get Andrew and Brian that join. Of course, we've got Thor and Brendan and all the other guys that are here with us. But the chat room is just one step further in integration and in immersing yourself into a trading community. So give it a try. You won't be disappointed. With all that, let's set some levels, Carlos. We got about 10 minutes, 9.5 till they open, and get ourselves ready.
Absolutely. Let me just block this individual here. There we
Uh-oh.
go.
Hate it when we have to do
Yeah.
that.
No, it's
Hate it when
spam.
we have
Just
to do that.
trying
Don't
to
make us do that.
sell meta and stuff like that. This is definitely about. Usually, I give people a warning, say, "Hey, I'm going to block you," and then they get blocked.
Yeah.
But this is about for real.
Yeah.
With that, friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help out the channel a ton. You'd be surprised how much it helps us here. So we really appreciate it. So yeah, hit that thumbs up if you hadn't had the opportunity. If you're on the treadmill, slow it down to about 2. Don't trip on it. Right? Done that before. You're trying to run fast and hit a thumbs up. Don't do that. Bring it down to 2, hit the thumbs up, go back to 5, 6, 7, right? So really appreciate it. It does help us out a bunch. All right, friends, let's get some levels in here as we get ready for the market open. I was looking at POTR first because one of our friends here on YouTube, Mava8810, said 85.53 is a good level, and it is. It's a great level off the daily. So if you have that level there, it makes sense. I'm going to have that level as well. You can see the support you're having there, and then above that, we're going to mark down our lower pre-market at 89.39. So it's a good area there, and then above that, all the way up here, right over here, we have our high of our pre-market, which is around exactly at 200. So just a reminder, this thing had earnings last night. Everything was great and sunny, and the earnings, the market did not really care. They're gapped down, and they're gapping down some more today. Part of because of earnings, and also part because the overall market is down as well. 194.17 is a good area, so I'm going to put a level there, and then you're surrounded by many levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days towards the top. Previous day closed all the way up there, and then some great daily levels towards the bottom here. Next, we're looking at Tesla. I mean, it just looks awesome, and it's been trading so well. A good volume, 3.5 this morning, down slightly. Low of the pre-market 254.41. The high is 259.68, and once you do that, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. There are a couple of levels here you want to cover. 448.04 right here, so cover that one as well. And then towards the top, you do have not a major level, but this one here on 461.88. You don't have a whole lot of confirmation on that level, but I'm gonna mark it down in case we do go above the pre-market highs. We have something we can use up there. Here's Hims bouncing off this great support that it has on the daily. You can see it here, just tons of support. The pre-market the previous day closed a little bit above that. Let's see if this thing can trade well. High of the pre-market on it today is going to be 46.62. So slamming level there. And then towards the top, you got more highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Very interesting daily. Look at every day here, every gap up, just been selling down, right? Even intraday, it's been a lot of red on the intraday candles here. Let's see what it does today. Today we're gapping up, given the sell-off from yesterday. Let's see if there's more sell-off happening here into that previous day close line. If we go to the left a little bit, just want to get another level towards the bottom in case we do sell off. 43.06, great area there. A lot of support happening there as well. Let's look at the last one. It's going to be our good buddy Nvda. I think they have one of the best dailies out here. I mean, just look how beautiful and clean this is. A little bit of struggle here getting above that 210-ish level and gapping down today with the overall market. High of the pre-market 205.02. The low is just slightly below this great level of support you have here at 201.44. And then if we were to lose that, the next daily level we see here is 195. So it's way down here. But before we get there, we'll look at the 200, the whole dollar numbers. If you want to get fancy, you can go into this day here and pick out any areas so you have some consolidation, some support and resistance that you can take from there. So let's take a look, Peter, at what our friends are watching, and then we'll get ready for this trading day.
All right. Yes, indeed. All our moderators are getting their lists in. We'll start with Andrew because Andrew's going to be watching PLTR, Uber, Nvda, and AMD. So good mix there. I'm surprised he doesn't have Tesla on his list, but don't worry. Brian is going to keep an eye on it because he's got that as well as AMD, PLTR, and Uber. So some commonality there. I'm going to be watching, well, Tesla, Nvda, AMD, PLTR, HIMS, Hertz, and Uber. So good cross section of the usual stuff and some earnings. Got some IPOs to let you know about. I'm amazed that the ticker Beta has not been used yet. How is that possible? There's no company called Beta. But anyways,
I don't know if that's a good one though. Beta?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It could go both ways.
Yeah, I would have thought that that would be good. But anyways, there after today, there will be a company with the ticker beta. So assuming it opens, I'll let you know if and when that happens. Eamon doesn't have anything targeted. He's just going to be keeping an eye on the scanners. Thor is going to be watching his usual futures list and a couple of equities he'll keep an eye on just to see if they play out. Jared's going to be watching PLTR, Uber, and Beyond Meat. We already mentioned. And man, that's it. Where's everybody else? Where's Megan? Where's
It's
Brandon?
just shows
Where's
you, you know,
Mike?
how much is in play. The moderators are taking their time deciding what they're going to watch because there's just so much on here. So it just shows you how hard it is today to pick out what's in play, right? And you saw it here as we were building our list as well. But yeah,
Yeah, so we'll see, guys. Whatever you're watching, look, there's lots of opportunity out there. Just don't don't get too fixed on a direction because I don't know. Like we're still almost everything is red. I'm looking across my screens, so much red on the screen. However, right, it doesn't mean that's the direction after the opening bell rings. Once that volume comes in, maybe people will see it as a buying opportunity. Like I just don't know. So I'm going to keep my
yeah.
options open and my mind ready for whatever the market may give. So we'll see where
All
we
right.
go.
See, Brian's ready to go, guys. Take care. Trade safe. We'll see you guys a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna continue right here on YouTube with our friends. Just gonna switch everything over. Get our 1 minute and our 5 at the bottom here, and yeah, we'll get ready to rock and roll. Atlas, yes,
Got
Atlas.
Andrew and Brian getting ready in the chat room. We're going here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the like there. I noticed earlier we
How
were
are we
looking a
doing?
little low.
Low?
We're looking a
Yep.
little low. So it's getting better. Did you hit the button there, Carlos? Got to do it for yourself. Uh-oh.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Lead by example.
Here it is. Yes, 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 yes. There it
Okay.
is.
All right.
285. There it is. 286.
There you go. Okay.
There it is. There
Appreciate
it
that.
is.
All right. So keeping an eye. I mean, Uber, I don't know. I just don't know where these things are going to go. Hertz is up nicely and one of the few, but
Yeah.
it's below the VWAP right now. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going.
Uh, do we have ads during our live broadcast? No. No, 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 no. If you refresh at the beginning, there's one ad by YouTube, but I don't think we
Yeah.
have ads in the live broadcast. That is annoying.
Yeah, I
We
don't
don't
think
have
so.
that.
Not that I'm
That's
aware
checked
of.
off. Yeah, unless somebody turned it on by mistake. But when I did the stream, that's checked off.
Yeah, there shouldn't be, as far as we know.
You did the live stream? No, no, we don't like that. I'll
There's
check
a
the
second
settings. Yeah.
ad. Yeah, there's often a couple right at the beginning, but oh, somebody else. Yeah, a couple people are saying that they just got ads. So Carlos, maybe hit the wrong button
Uh,
when we set it up. That's all right. Well, we'll
that's
we'll,
is
we'll
it
check
just
that for
today
tomorrow.
or it's just today or it's always been like that? Because all we did is just copy from the yesterday stream.
Uh,
Just today?
yeah,
Just today.
just
Okay,
today.
so we did
Okay.
something. We clicked some wrong buttons. Okay, we'll check it out. Yeah, we don't like that. We don't like
Yeah.
that. That's annoying.
We're not really looking to monetize this by
Yeah.
throwing ads at you. So we do our best. We can't eliminate them altogether. YouTube does what it does, but all right, guys, less than a minute here. So whatever you're
Yep.
watching, right? Make sure you're focused on your strategies. Don't just jump in blindly into things.
No, don't do that.
I I really don't know I'm thinking Uber. If I can get a pop up and a drop, that might be a play on Uber, but I don't know for sure. PLTR is a little confusing to me because it's down so much, but it's moving higher right now. I don't know what to expect out of this. I'm interested in PLTR. Tesla.
All right, here we go.
Well, we'll see where the market goes here, guys. We got 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, that's a loud bell. All right. The market is open. Uber might not give a pullback at all. PLTR.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, friends. All right, action and PLTR. Whoa, whoa, whoa. PLTR is looking nice, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Not
I
nice.
think,
It's looking active. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. At least
yeah.
I have to.
PLTR has got a lot of downside orders, but it's a little uncertain as to where it's going to go here. It's I don't know which direction to
Uh,
expect it to go. Uh, I just don't have the guts to take it. It feels like a short to me. It looks like it should be a short,
maybe get a little bit of room.
but I don't.
PLTR.
Yeah, it's very bouncy though. Very bouncy.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Again, the news
Tesla.
overall was good on PLTR,
Yep.
but I'm looking at the Atlas data and it's definitely, stacked to the downside. So anyways, that's enough uncertainty for me to.
Oh, Tesla guys. 1 minute. 1 minute engulfing RB. Um, maybe I'm not taking it yet. Just maybe. I like this pop here, but oh, it's rejecting. Okay, gotta wait for a little more confirmation here on Tesla. It could go both ways. It could be a short, it could be a long. I mean, that is very difficult right now in Tesla. Um, okay, above the VWAP. It's a tough trade.
LTRs.
Oh man.
Mm.
Tesla is a tough one. Um, Tesla's being really manipulated. You think so? I just think it's being really choppy, man. The amount of volume going through it right now. I think it's hard to manipulate this ticker. Given how much
So
volume.
I'm
Oh, what are you?
I'm actually I'm short here on oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is crazy. I'm
What are you
short
short?
PLTR,
Okay,
but
okay.
you gotta look at my trade here. It's a little bit you can see, oh my goodness. Okay, hold on.
Let's bring it up here.
Uh, Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. I've realized I wasn't sharing. Sorry. Sorry guys. I'm trying to manage the trade here
No,
at
no.
the same
Manage the trade.
time.
Manage the trade. Yeah, manage the trade, and we'll figure out. Oh my
There we
goodness,
go.
everything's
Okay.
selling off.
So yeah, so this is an interesting one, Carlos, just for conversation. So, I got short PLTR, and you can actually see. I'm not sure if you've got. There you go. You can actually see I got short on the first one round here, just over 192, and then I added because my stop was going to be over 194. I had to give it a
Yep.
big range, and I actually added way up here at 193.20. And I did that on purpose because I just, I knew that this thing had a big range,
Mm-hmm.
and when it got back, I was green by the time it got back to my original entry. So I actually took off to limit risk because now I wanted to not be in such a high risk situation. So I'm gonna take another partial here,
Nice, man. Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
and as much as it cost me a lot of opportunity, I could have made a lot more money on this trade if I've just held. The risk mitigation was most important to me because I knew I was in a high risk type trade because this thing could have easily have just spiked right back up. So, and now you
Yeah.
can see I'm taking partials at what I think are reasonable areas. Look at where my partials are. One right below the VWAP, one right at the what was the low of day, and then another one down here at I was trying to target the $188 number. So to me, this is, I'm very happy with this trade, actually. I'm very happy with my trade management. And as much as
Yeah.
it's not actually a huge dollar amount for the winner, and I'm running out of shares already. Um, it's
Yeah.
just, Some good
And
trade
that is
management from
PLTR, because I see also Andrew's short PLTR as well. You can see Andrew's trades right over
him.
here, friends. This is our chat room, so if you want to get access to that, we gave you a link how you could do that. We also have 50% off. But here's Andrew's trade, short. I think he got stopped initially. Setup happened again, went short again, and now he's short PLTR as well. I'm looking at Hims for a possible opportunity here for a 5-minute ORB. I do like the setup here. We got a target of 44.40 that we can try to get below. So uh, that's what I'm looking at, and just gonna wait here. So not yet. I see the pullback is happening now. So that's on Hims. Here's another push off. So yeah, not in it yet. I'm not convinced it's the best setup, but everything else for 5-minute RB is gone. Like Tesla's gone, Nvidia's gone, PRTR is gone. So don't go chasing those. Wait for another opportunity. Those are not good 5-minute ORBs. Hims is pushing up. I'm glad I didn't
Wow.
jump in on it. Oh, Peter, my man, look at you.
Tesla really
Yes.
dropped off the open. I'm tempted to
Yeah.
get all out of PLTR here because I don't know how much
Why?
farther it's going to go.
Okay.
I'm running out of shares here. I got a hold now for a long time, I guess. Maybe we'll just wait and see what it does today, but
Yeah. All right. Hims is going the other way, so I'm not in anything yet, but Hims is going above the VWAP. It's got a good 5-minute engulfing here, but I'm gonna wait for a retest of the VWAP if I take this long. Um, so we'll sit tight on it for now. I hope POTR gets a new low for you here, Peter, below 85. Andrew is in this thing.
hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
Andrew
see, we're right
just,
now.
yeah.
Sorry, if you look at PLTR on a daily chart, we're right at an area where there is like a level of support in here, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I see, we had a number of days back in October where it had hit this level. So I'm thinking that this is a place that we could bounce from. Oh, we'll see. See what we get. If I look at the daily here, look at see this area here? Look at the times it bounced. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's going to get some support. This is a pretty ugly chart, but uh,
Hims. If Hims pulls back, and stays above the VWAP, I'm gonna get in for a 5-minute ORB breakup on
mm,
Hims. I like the way
okay.
he's trading for some reason. I don't know. I like the way he's moving here, but I got to get my entry signal first. So let's see. See if it
I
sets if it
should
can
have.
bounce off the VWAP.
What
We'll
I
do that.
should have just moved my stop and not taken half off the trade. It's the one thing maybe. I know what I was thinking. Anyways, I did what I did. It's moving fast. Had to process quickly. Thank you guys. Thanks. Uh, we'll see. Again, I feel like this is an area that PLTR could bounce, and it does look like it's about to do that. So
Oh no, Hims is way down now. So Hims is just all over
yeah,
the place.
him Hims is a super high risk trade here this morning, Carlos. It looks very
Oh.
choppy to me. Yeah, be very careful. Did you get into it?
No. I didn't get into it. No.
Okay,
I'm
okay, good.
actually I know AMD. Andrew's in on AMD, and you guys are calling it in for a VWAP
He
breakout as
is.
well. It's a beautiful setup. Look at the pullback. Still good for an entry here on AMD. They got earnings tonight. Um, 5-minute ORB. What's the stop loss on this? Kind of missed my entry, guys. On this thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna chase it. It can still work, and you can still get something out of it. But I missed my entry. But good call out. Good call out, guys. Andrew called this even earlier. He was in here. So here, Andrew was in, took a long at it, and now he's already partially into the strength. So apologies for that, but I got distracted here. And okay, so I made the change now. It looks like somehow the ads got kicked on. So let me know if you guys see any ad during the stream. You shouldn't have that. I don't know how that got kicked on. That's not the way we roll. So um I saw the setting on there and just turned it off. All right. let's see here. What else we got going on? Yeah, him's actually it gave me fake signals, and I'm glad I did not get my setup for entry, so I did not take it, and I'm glad because man, this garbage. It really is. So I'm glad I did not take that trade. How's your POTR, Peter? 186.
It's still hanging out here. It's just as I said, this is the area that I expected it to bounce, so it's so far acting like I expect. The good news for me is that with my average price here way up at 192.62, I can afford to wait a while. So I'm hoping that this sort of finds resistance at around VWAP, and I can hold on to this thing maybe for a much longer trade. If it's a whole day trade, I wouldn't mind that.
Yep.
Wouldn't mind it at all. So we'll see what happens. But
Sean says it was the hackers who that enabled those ads. No, I know who enabled those ads. I have a pretty good idea who did that. It's just YouTube. It's called YouTube. Who benefits from these ads? YouTube.
hmm.
We don't. We only big channels like 20 million viewers benefits from ad. We're not. We're 500,000. We don't benefit from ads. So. But I
Yeah.
know who does. The big guy, YouTube. So there you go.
So guys, just look at the market right now. If I could, this is where I'd like to say maybe a little bit of I told you so. Just as I warned, right? The market, just because it was red, everything was red this morning. And then at the open, you get this little bit of a head fake, right? When the market moves down a little bit, and now look at us, right? We're sort of up above where we were at the open. Again, I don't know if it's going to continue, no idea, but we've seen this so many times where don't assume on the direction of a stock just based on where it's going pre-market. And I'm surprised that I took PLTR short. Like for me, I like my short trades, but I actually thought PLTR was going to be a long. It just wasn't setting up that way. And I got to give credit to Atlas. The trading terminal Atlas tool is really what gave me the confidence to even take this short because it had all the stacked orders to the downside, which it's now gone and taken out. But that's really what I was watching, and I said, well, Atlas, was sort of giving me a clear indication of where the volume was sitting. So pretty cool, Carlos. Figuring out how to
Yeah,
incorporate that into my trading nowadays.
yeah, I
So
like that, man. Like that. So really cool stuff there.
now
Um,
you didn't get into
I didn't
AMD,
jump
did
in
you?
anything. No, no,
No,
I
eh?
missed it. I missed
Okay.
it, man. And I said it. You know what? It could work out, but I am so far out from my entry. My entry was. This is a good
No,
entry
that's
here. See here,
yeah.
Andrew.
Uh,
Perfect entry in this area. By the time I was looking at it, I was already up here. Yeah,
yeah.
now you look at it like, oh, but you could still would have got $2. See, but you don't know that, right? The risk to reward is so far
Uh,
out,
right.
and just can't
And
chase it.
that's what I appreciate, right? That's good at sticking to, one of your rules is about understanding the risk to reward. Does it give me a good probability? Just because it worked doesn't mean it's a good thing to do on average.
Right,
So because
right.
because your risk to reward, as you said, like even now, if you've been partialing now, well, at the very least, you're probably only getting, you're getting a buck, you're getting almost two maybe from your entry, buck 50, buck
Yeah.
60. But you would have had to take, what would your risk have been, Carlos, from here? Well, at least $1.20, $1.30,
Uh,
right?
yeah, it would have been quite a bit there. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's just not worth it.
that makes it tough.
Yeah, it does. It does. Do
That's
I trade
good.
the body or the wick of the 5 minute ORB? It depends. You could do both depending how close they are, but normally it's the body, right? Um, and sorry guys, we've been chatting here, but I did good call out on Tesla. I am long, although it's pulling back on me now. I don't got my screen up. Apologies. Hold on. I had Andrew's screen
Mm,
up. But I am long Tesla
okay.
for the breakout here of the VWAP. Let's
Okay.
see if we can get going. So thank you guys for that call, and let's see. Let's see
Okay.
if we. I have the days to target.
Wow.
If we can get there. Um, this is a key can. So we got our signal right away. As soon as we came up here, we got our signal, and then immediately we slammed down. So that was not cool. But let's see if this can hold here. And oh, that's a good candle there. Come on, keep it going, baby. Yeah, it's
Come on,
just
Tesla.
struggle.
Do it
It's
for Carlos. What is the
struggling.
yeah, what does Atlas tell us? Let me take a look at Tesla
You
for
know
you.
what?
Yeah, it's a little
Forgot
downside
to.
stacked here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
forgot to pull up
let me
Atlas.
tell
I
you.
gotta get used to this. I gotta get used
I
to my
know. I
Atlas.
know. It's not completely definitive. There's some orders up at 453, but there's more at 452.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, actually a whole lot of orders just got cleared on the downside, Carlos. They just took them off. So that's interesting.
Yeah. See the dip
I don't know.
here. It's still it's so
It's
so. It's
possible.
not, yeah,
Yeah, it's still possible. It's hard to say.
hard to say
Uh,
here. Pattern wise though, it's not looking great. So
yeah,
251. Yeah,
no.
here's my stop. I got it. 251. I gotta get out of it. So we're right to it. We didn't hit it yet, but 250. I'm sorry. I'm saying 251.
For, for,
451. Excuse
I
me.
know. Know what you
251.
meant.
Will
Know
We'll
what you meant.
definitely won't be stopping out for weeks now. At 251.
Wow, that's
uh,
a quite a wide stop loss.
that's a wide stop loss. Yeah. Bag hold that
uh,
baby. Oh, man.
yeah,
All right. Let's see. It's
yeah.
not looking great, but we're going to stick to our stop. It's not looking awesome. But if we can get above the VWAP, maintain it,
Mm,
it can work out. But let's see. Let's see.
yeah.
And if you look at Atlas, here's a situation where it can go either way. You got orders at
Ye-
450, plenty. You got orders at 455, plenty. I mean,
ye-
there's no clear
I know
imbalance.
what. Yeah, I know what's going on, Carlos. You have AMD on the
Yeah.
mind because you that was AMD prices you were talking about right there.
Oh, it was? Yeah, I had AMD under
Two,
my. Oh, there you
see,
go. There you
hey,
go.
see, two that because that would have been your entry, 251,
Yeah,
and
251.
it's
That's right.
now testing 254. It hasn't broken it yet, but it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, see
It's
that,
right
man.
there.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
that's
I
again
turned to it
still
too
it ha
late. Yeah.
well, but it still hasn't put in a good risk to reward move yet, right? Like it needs to get up to almost 255 for that risk to reward to have made
Right.
sense, and it's definitely
Yeah.
struggling
Yeah.
before it got there. So, anyways,
All right. In Tesla.
oh, PLTR back down. Ugh. I was gonna add it VWAP, but I decided I'm gonna show some more patience. I'm gonna wait longer, and
Mm,
I always make the wrong
Tesla's just
decision on
back
my
and
ads.
forth, back and forth on Tesla. I really don't know where this is going to go. So I got my fingers on the hotkey because it's really so uh, indecisive right now, and all my signals are not giving me any idea or clue where this thing is heading. So we'll just sit tight, see what
Well,
happens here. So
yeah, and Andrew wants Tesla as well. He's in with you, so that's
oh,
good.
nice. Okay, I got
Yeah,
the Android
he's
indicator on my
actually
side. There we go.
he got in before you. He's added twice now,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
see,
Oh, I didn't know he
he's
was in. Okay, good, good, good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
All
I
right.
didn't know either till I just heard him say go Tesla, and so here you go,
Nice, nice,
Carlos.
nice.
This
Oh,
looks
here it
better.
is, friends. Okay, we're looking
Come on,
good.
let's go.
Let's
Do
get
it for
stabilized
Carlos.
here. I want to get to at least 1 hour to take a partial. Um, Spy's pushing higher. This should help our Tesla trade here. The Andrew
Mhm.
indicator is strong. Yes, it is. Andrew indicator is strong here, friends.
Indeed. What else we got, Bud? This Hems is really ugly this morning. It didn't get much of anything. Hertz made an interesting move up, finally decided once it broke through VWAP.
Oh,
Good
wow.
good
Nice.
5 minute ORB on Hertz there. A little
Yeah.
harder to trade like that, I find, because of the momentum, but it did give a decent signal.
Yeah, I did.
Um, Uber not looking so great. Yeah.
Uh, I want to so friends over on YouTube, we want to create some custom emojis. I was talking to the team yesterday. I want to create some custom emojis, and one of them is going to
Oh,
be "I knew
okay.
it," right? For the Lambos and garbage trucks, they can put it out there in chat. It's something fun. And one of them I want to create is and Brian's face with "I knew it." The other one is, what are
Huh.
some good sayings we have? The other one is the humanity,
We,
right? The humanity,
oh,
that's a
the
good one.
man.
And
Yeah.
you guys just gave me an idea, Sean, and we mentioned it just now. The Andrew indicator is strong, or the Andrew indicator. We
Yeah.
should have that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We need a
the
Andrew
Andrew
indicator. So
indicator.
yeah. You
Take
know
the
what?
damn trade. Take the
We got
damn
some people
trade.
that are very, very good with their AI engines. They're creating new pictures. So we just have to
Yeah.
mention it in the chat room because
Yeah.
unfortunately at YouTube you can't post the images
Well,
there
these will be emojis that you can use on YouTube. So they're very small and
yeah.
special. So the graphic designer said he can do
Okay.
it. So that's some good
Okay.
ones. The Andrew
The AI
indicator.
AI.
Oh,
Oh my God.
AI.
I didn't even realize that. AI, the Andrew indicator.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, guys.
That's
Okay,
your own
partial
AI.
here. Partial here
There you
into
go.
Tesla.
Nice.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, and Andrew is
Nice.
also parceling. Got two partials in as well. We're both looking for that 455.
And
Um,
AMD is got over 450, 254 and is pushing
oh,
towards 255.
yes. Good,
So
good.
there you
There it
go.
is. I got filled. Andrew got
Nice,
filled.
Carlos.
Everybody's happy. We can go have a
Everybody got filled.
Guinness beer after this.
All right.
uh,
You guys go do that.
yeah, I know. We'll get you a whiskey.
I
Uh,
appreciate that.
all right, here it is.
So how about this,
Man,
Carlos? Yeah,
Tesla. Wow.
last night I was sitting on the sofa beside my
Yeah,
wife and she was staring at my face and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" And she said, "Right beside your nose here, you got like veins. You got like little
I
veins
do.
starting to show." And she
Yeah.
said, "You're gonna have to stop drinking whiskey. You're gonna get like the old man,
We got
you
your
know,
big
drinker
screen.
nose."
Let me see.
And I'm
I don't
like,
see no.
"No, I don't know. They're there somewhere."
Okay. All right.
Anyways, I
Okay.
don't know. I don't see them either, but she says that they're there. So, and I'm thinking, geez, like I'm willing to take the veins if I get to continue to drink whiskey. She
So
didn't
wait a
want to hear
minute.
that, but
Drinking whiskey gives you veins in your nose?
well,
First time I'm hearing about
well,
this.
you know, I don't know if it's an actual direct cause and effect, but often when you see like guys that have been heavy drinking for a while, you know, they always seem to have a bulbous nose and it's a very their face is very veiny. So there's got to be something going on there.
Nah, I don't think you
I don't
drink
know.
that much, Peter.
Drinker's nose. I don't think I drink that much either, but
Nah.
you know, she was worried about me,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking, you know what? But I would take it if that was you know, if that was what I had to risk. I mean, I suppose
Yep.
said she still needs to find me attractive or I'm in trouble. I don't really care about anyone else at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
PTR. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, Murchiori, yeah, I know that's I can't do everything that she asks. And there has to be boundaries.
It's got to be checks and balances in the system. Okay.
Yeah,
Checks and
yeah,
balances in the system. Um,
yeah.
So man at 88.10 was a beautiful trade. Thank you, sir. I got out at 455, no greed. Okay, that's good. I mean, follow your plan. If your plan was to get all out at 455, awesome. You know, awesome. Now, you might ask if the stock is strong. If you want to leave some for a bigger move, you can, right? Just keep in mind that yes, we want to put money in our pocket, but you also want to be in for the ride if it's going to go higher. So, what I always recommend to people, take 50% off. If something is really strong, it's not giving you no signal to get out just yet, and your target is to 455. Take 50% off, leave the other 50, see what happens. If you drop to 450, 450, is it really a big deal if you get out everything there, right? So again, don't change your entire plan. Look at it against your journal and see if it makes sense, right? You track your journal and then you see, okay, if I make this change, does it make sense for me? Does it make me better or not? Does it make my profitability higher or not? And if it does, great. Over the long period of time, we can't just look at one trade. I cannot tell you, hey, you should do this. It doesn't work that way. Take that advice and just match it up against your journal. It might be the worst advice you ever receive. It might be a great advice if you apply, right? So take it and apply, see if it makes sense, right? Just know that there's options of different things you can do as a trader. And as we take another parcel here, 457, if we can get it. Let's see.
Should hopefully.
Let's see.
Give
Want to
it
be
a give it
patient,
a
but yeah, give it a second,
yeah.
right, Peter?
Give it a second. Yeah.
Give it a second.
I think. Oh, what does Atlas tell us? Tesla cleared the
Yes.
order book just a minute ago, which was weird, a little bit weird. But I do see some orders up at 457 and a whole lot up at
Oh yeah.
458. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, here we go,
That's a
friends.
there
Okay,
you
now
go.
now we're
There
doing
you
it.
go.
457.18.
Yeah,
Partial
there.
there.
That's what you needed.
Very
That's
nice, man.
beautiful.
Very, very
Yeah.
nice. Um, Guys, great webinar. Yes, I know I mentioned it. It was about for beginners, top tools you need to use. And I was putting the presentation together, Peter. I was putting, I was thinking about all the stuff I used in the past. I used Trade Ideas for scanners. I used Dash Trader Pro for the simulator. And it was a lot of different places, all
Right.
very expensive. And as I'm putting the presentation together now, I was able to get everything from tradingterminal.com. And of course I'm biased, but I was able to get everything from there, all the tools I need to get started, plus at a very discounted price. Like if you go to get all these things from different places, your book map, your trade ideas, your simulator from Dash Trader Pro, it's gonna be a nice chunk of change. It really is. So, you get a lot of that plus your journal. Oh, I forgot to add the journal last night. No, we forgot to get to it because we ran out of time. The conversation was so great, so we forgot to talk about the journal yesterday. That was another tool that was on those slides. Um,
Wow.
Often Train Terminal. So definitely check it out, guys. Again, I'm biased, but don't take my word for it. Try it, and then come back and let me know if you love it or not. You know?
I love the fact that people do so many different things. I just there's a comment in the chat room right now from Amanda, one of our members, and Amanda, Andrew was saying he's either going to become a billionaire or he's going to end up on the street. And Amanda says, "I have some tiny homes on my lavender farm. You can come and stay at." And I'm like, she owns a
Ah,
lavender farm. That's cool.
that's cool as
I
heck.
don't know. I love it when
That's
people have
cool.
just
Yeah.
unexpected professions, right?
Is this Amanda
Like it's
from this is Amanda. Okay, no wonder I don't see her on YouTube sometimes because she said good morning today on YouTube, and I was like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? Hopefully you're okay and all that, blah blah blah. And she's in the chat now, so she's over on our members. Okay, all right, good, good.
no,
Amanda,
I don't think the picture is a picture of her because that looks like an actress. I think unless that's
what are you trying to say, Peter? You trying to say our members don't look like
uh,
actresses?
well, not I don't think she's that actress. I mean, maybe she is. I really don't know.
uh, yep, yep. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
I recognize who is
Yes, the webinar is recorded. I got to send the recording over to the marketing folks, and I see how they'll probably put it up. I don't know where they put it up. I think they'll put up in Trading Terminal for you guys to take a look at that.
maybe it is her. I really don't know.
Yeah. All right, awesome, friends. So we
That
partially
that
got
would be
four.
very cool.
Yeah, yeah. That she's an actress, or that is her?
Well, that's actually her.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Let's see here.
wow. This is her. I found her on Instagram. Mommy Adventurer. Amanda the lavender farmer. A mom of $5 daughters. Yikes. That's a lot of girls.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
lot. It's a
cool.
lot.
But she's not an actress, but she looks like an actor. Who's that actress she looks like? My goodness. Anyways, cool. Very cool.
Yes, yes. Um, what else, friends? What else? What else you got going? Hertz. I see Andrew looking at that. He's not in it, but that took off pretty nice here. We're looking for the next trade here on the next partial on Tesla. Tesla continues to deliver. This stock just keeps trading so good. Nvidia also popping up here. Nvidia, oh look at that. Nvidia also gave you a nice VWAP breakout, guys. You guys catch this one? Let me zoom out a little bit more. That is clean. Breakout here. Here's you get your confirmation. You get your confirmation in this candle, so you had to wait a little bit. But the way here is not as bad as it was for Tesla. Tesla really 451 almost took us out. This one actually stays above the V up. That's great. And then you get the breakout, and then you get a high of day breakout as well. So Nvidia is another one, man, trading so clean. Um, as Tesla looks to go higher, and just got an order at 458. Um, so yeah, awesome. Did Hims ever break out and do anything? I know Hims, it's just so garbage. This is,
Wow,
oh, this is
that's
so
pretty awesome.
bad. I'm so glad I didn't get into that.
On which one? Sorry?
Hims. Give it a nice old garbage truck on
Hymns.
Hims.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, hymns.
Yep.
Hymns is a mess here. I'm just about to get stopped out on PLTR. I left my remaining shares just to see if it would maybe reverse, and I'm out. So there you go. So
Yep.
trade is over on PLTR, and I don't regret leaving the last little bit just to see if it would, maybe
Yeah.
drop, but it's all the way back
Mm,
up here. I know a few people got long on it, which is cool.
yep. Andrew filled
So
at 458. I'm gonna take another partial here, friends, at 458. And we'll see. He has another order at 459. Wow, Tesla is just pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
yeah.
Um, Friends, if you haven't done so already, we're 30 likes away from 400. Our goal is 400. We're happy when we get those thumbs up. So help us there. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help us out a ton. And 100% we will not charge you. It's completely free of charge to you, my friends. So help us there. Really appreciate it. Took a bad hit today because I didn't follow my strategy. So if there is something important here, follow your strategy. Yes, 100%. Yep. Um, Peter gets paid at 400 likes. Yes, Sean, that's why I battle for 400 because that's where Peter gets paid. Peter does not get paid until we get 400 likes, and that's mean of us not to hit the like button. So I feel so bad when Peter asks me, Carlos, did you hit the like button? I'm like, ugh, I feel so bad. So I did hit the like button.
Yeah.
We need Peter to
Come
get
on, man.
paid his
Help a brother out.
his money. Absolutely. All right. Beautiful stuff, friends. So what else you guys trade? So a lot of you guys traded POTR, looks like, or are you guys thinking about POTR now? Yeah, it's for me, it's gone. You might maybe have a half-day breakout coming up here, but our strategy here was to view that breakout would have been this one, and that's a great setup. Nice signal. A little far out from the stop I would like. I like my stop very close to VWAP, as you guys know. So a little far out. Yeah, I don't know if I would have taken it, but you do have a nice breakout here happening, depending on how you trade it, right? So it's a couple of ways to trade the VWAP breakout. Andrew trades it at the breakout. Like he's good at getting a great entry at the breakout normally, and then he might add as it pulls back and breaks through. I wait for the pullback and then the confirmation there. So there are a couple of different ways. This way you're going to get a better entry, but maybe you can get stopped out a little more and you might have to get in again, and that's okay. With mine, I might the con with mine is that I might miss the move. Like it might just keep going and not pull you back, right? So that's the cons of my strategy, waiting for that confirmation. But you might have a more confirmation, so you'll get stopped out a little bit less, right? So there's pros and cons. I think there's pros and cons to every single strategy. You just got to find out which pro and con are you better managing at, right? So I think that's important on every strategy. Look at Nvidia. AIM's finally doing something here, but that's a tough trade. Tesla struggling at 458. How to journal in trading terminal? Yes, it's automatic. So what you do is you can import your trades from Dash Trader Pro. So you can import your trade. You can download your trades from Dash Trader Pro and you can import them. I think the instructions are on there. So on how to do that. If you're using the funded account, it's automatic. So you just go into your journal at the top left, click journal, and you can see all your setup from there. I didn't trade my trading funded account today.
No.
I
Actually,
did
I
not
haven't opened
trade my
mine either.
funded account. Shame. How am I supposed to get my payout if I don't trade the funded account? Uh, um, So the way to know if I'm actually not eligible, but the way to know if you're eligible or not, and they're working on this. They're gonna do it in a way. You click on your journal. Can you guys see my screen here? So click on your journal up here, and you can tell here. Oh, where is it? There's supposed to be a thing
AMD
here
really
saying.
got a great move.
Oh, hmm, I don't see it now. But there'll be something here letting you know that you're not eligible, and it'll give you the reason for it. But they're working on making it more clear. So just be patient. Give it about a week or so, and then there's some meeting that's gonna come up to explain how that works. Yeah, this journal is great. Like there's people that will pay
You,
$50 a month for this. Go ahead, Peter.
yeah. See, and Andrew caught up with you. See, now your account looks like mine. So you don't have that eligible ineligible badge because we've just been made. I think our accounts have been designated ineligible.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, that's fair. Come on.
Come on. You
It's
know
fair.
what? I'm gonna sign up as a different person from like a VPN in Vegas. I'm gonna trade the heck
Yeah.
of this account. No, listen, it's fun. But this journal is so good. Look how detailed it is. How I love clean stuff. This reminds me a little like Apple. It's like the
You
Apple
know,
status, right? Nice and clean, and I like that. I love that. So people will pay.
no.
They'll go to $30,
Yeah,
$40 a
oh
month
yeah.
for this. You know?
Great tools. I
Yeah.
mean,
Look at this. Look at
yeah.
this. This is beautiful.
I
Look
mean,
at my
I've
trades per
paid for
day.
years that much for a journal that I
Yes.
use to journal my
Yeah.
trades. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, market looks like it's topping in the short term here. We're getting a little bit of a pullback.
Yep.
We'll see where we
No, you're
go.
not gonna get taxes are not part of the funded account, so you don't gotta worry about that because that's on you, right? Whatever you're able to take out away from fees, that's something you do. Like Interactive Broker is not gonna do your taxes for you. That's something you do on your end. That's different, right? So
Yeah,
taxes is
yeah,
not part of trade funded account.
no.
Oh,
Unless, yeah, well, I mean, there's certain conditions. It depends on your nationality. If you're trading out of the U.S., they might have, and you're not a U.S. citizen, they might have withholding taxes, but that's a whole different scenario. So.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
funded account has that has nothing to do with the funded account because remember you're not trading real money. We're just you're sort of getting a you're getting a you
GIF.
know a one time a gift for whatever
Getting
you
a
want to call
GIF.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there
We
you
know
go.
some people that know some people that are going to give you a gift.
Yeah,
Let's keep
there
it
you
like that.
go.
Let's keep it simple. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh boy. What a great day. Love this stuff. All right, Tesla's pulling back a bit here. Let's see if it can hold the 20. It's going through the 20. Let's see if it can hold this 455 level. So it's coming back quite a bit. We're already taking out enough that I don't mind holding to like 454, a little bit above my break even. Actually, a lot above my break even, like almost $2 here, to see there's some kind of uh, bounce back up, right? So we had a great move already. Typically, when stocks have a great move, you're gonna get a pullback, right? You see it here, you see it here. Now you're getting a little bit toppy, and let's see if it can hold 454. If not, we'll take the rest out. We are the most entertaining couple on YouTube. Oh, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah,
Trading
absolutely.
trading has to be fun. If you're not having fun, and I did this in my 9 to 5, I told you guys like I would have not left my 9 to 5 to try trading because I was having so much fun. So much fun. I mean, I look forward to Mondays to work with
That's
the
good.
staff, solve problems. We had our issues where you have your stress. Every job has them. But man,
Yeah,
we have fun. Peter, we had a lot. It
good.
was awesome.
That's good.
Actually, I think I
Yeah,
got a
look,
picture here that came out for
I
like Halloween. You know how your phone tells you, "Hey," a couple of years ago, and it brings up
yeah,
a
yeah.
picture. Oh, I gotta show you this one. This is the fun we're talking about. But go ahead while I look this up.
I loved my corporate job, right? The back when I had my big corporate job, I loved it. I liked the job, I liked the people, I loved the challenge. And then unfortunately the company got bought and there was new management, and then it wasn't so much fun anymore. And I never found
Yeah.
anything that I liked to do quite as much, and that's why I decided to retire really young. A number of things happened, including, the death of some people very close to me, and I said, life's too short. Life's too short not to do something
Mm,
that you're not enjoying. So have
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
More important than leaving trading, leaving your job to trade, find a job that if because I think everybody needs to have a job first until trading takes off for them. Find a job that you love. And I know that's easier said than done. I really do. Because,
yep.
you might be in a profession that you might not have the opportunity to find something that you love. But man, I'm so glad I had 12 years of just amazingness, and I miss it. I do miss it. So here's a picture of Halloween a couple of years ago. And here's my staff. And there it is. I am the Peanut Man, and the team came in M&M shirts. So this is the type of fun that we had, man. It was awesome. It was really awesome. So that's my staff
Look
there,
at
and again,
ah,
incredible,
look
incredible.
at Captain Carlos, the
Yeah, I
M&M
loved it, man. It's a
peanut
great,
guy.
great
All
time.
right,
Yeah, it's a great time.
cool,
So
nice, nice. Yeah, it's and unfortunately, like most things in life, you don't really realize how important it was to you or how much you enjoyed it until after it's gone. Right? That's
yeah,
that's a
yep.
lot of the reality I found. So it's unfortunately one of those things that comes with perspective. I joke all the time, just quick corporate thing. We used to joke all the time that we were such a dysfunctional family because it was, and the company was a mess, and there were processes everywhere that were idiotic. But I knew who to call, and I could get things done. Right? People would do things for you, and that's how you made things work in this big company. And the new management came in, and they broke all those social systems. And we
Mm,
realized what happened is they broke the family. So we used to focus on, when I said it was a dysfunctional family, we used to focus on the dysfunction. It was only after that changed and we realized there was backstabbing and everybody was out for themselves and senior management really were driving a very different approach to managing the culture that we realized we should have been focused on the family, not the dysfunction. So,
yeah,
so there you go.
yeah.
But life lesson
Agreed.
for me in that.
Agreed, man. Great, great time. Let's
And
see here.
rhinos, I see you saying all the stocks you're watching. How did you end up with the only one moving sideways? Some days that's what happens, eh? And it feels like that, and that does happen. You
Hmm.
pick the wrong horse, right, for the
Yeah,
race,
yep, yep.
and that's just sometimes the way it goes.
Happened to me
So,
yesterday on Amazon, right?
uh,
Finally broke down. So if I would have taken that third trade, it finally did break down to I think 452. No, I forget the number, but it finally did broke down to that next level we had below. But sometimes that happens. You pick the wrong stock. As long as you have good risk management, right? You gotta be more than a great trader. You gotta be an amazing. You heard this before plenty of times. We'll repeat it over and over again. You gotta be an amazing risk manager, right? You could be a
yeah,
so-so trader, but if you're an incredible risk manager, you can survive and make this work, right? Because that's what it takes to have that amazing risk management. Um,
yep.
all right, here we are. Tesla, we're looking for 459. Andrew's guys order. Let's
Wow.
see Andrew getting filled. Let's see. I like. I should start doing this, putting limit orders. It's nice to see the triangle get filled. It feels like you're accomplished when I see that.
Yeah,
Let's see Andrew here if he gets filled at
yeah.
459. That's what we're looking for. Pick the wrong wave to serve. That's another way of putting it. I like that, Ben. Friends, if you want to join the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you can do so. It's very easy, which is it's very cheap too. It's like $5.
Here
That's
we
oh
go.
come on.
Here
Oh
we go,
wait. Let's
Carlos.
get it. The
459.
field.
There you go. There you
There it
go.
is. I'm taking a money
There's
and
the fill.
partial, and there's Andrew getting
There
filled.
you
Just
go.
beautiful.
Beauty.
Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, Lambos and Garbage Truck family friends, you can join here. Head over to our channel. Right next to subscribe, hit the join, and you can see a bunch of videos that are being released there every week. It's a brand new video, early releases, and all kinds of fun stuff happening there. So if you want to be part of the community there, definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the chat right now, and I would love to have you guys. Where can I see if you're eligible? In the journal. So in the journal at the top, you'll be able to see if you're eligible right here. It'll say something not eligible, and it'll give you the reason why you're not eligible. Whether you draw, usually people just draw down too much. They'll draw down, below the 10K, or
Yep.
they'll reset their maybe you reset your account already the number of times you were not allowed to reset. So that kind of stuff will pop up there. So all right, very good.
Right. Looking for my next trade opportunity. We're getting close to my better trade
Mm-hmm.
zone.
Yep, yep.
And again, remind everybody, like we talked about in the pre-market, just because everything was red, look what the primary direction has been this morning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
Here's another
so
parcel from Andrew. We're just going dollar for dollar here, man. 460 is the next one. He is. It's a great day. It's a great day.
yeah, good.
Sneak peek of our chat. See what's going on here.
Yeah, Andrew and Brian still trading away. Andrew's riding that
Yes.
Tesla trade as well. He
Yeah.
should.
Here it is. There it is. Another
There's
one.
a 460. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the fill.
Doing the same.
Nice. Nice.
Uh.
You guys, look at that move. Well done. And
Yeah.
this is a good trade to keep in mind, everyone, because I think that Carlos, think of you knew where your stop limit was,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't easy, right? The first 5 minutes of this thing, I
Yeah.
mean, it was just chopping
It was
back and forth and
tough.
back and forth. You really had to sort of, stick to your guns and understand where your stop was.
Yep.
And you had that limit set. You were clear about what you wanted to accomplish, and you just let it, work or fail. It's
Yep.
much harder to do than you'd think.
Yeah.
Harder
Uh,
harder to do than to say.
Agreed. Agreed. David Owens Trading Confessional. Yeah, man. I'm. Hopefully you're doing well. Would love to see your chart. Send me a copy of your equity curve. Would love to see how you're doing, and keep it up, man. If you're working hard on it, again, the goal is that the funded account is gonna let you know if you're ready to go live with your own money. That's the idea. If you're able to survive that 90 days, if you're able to keep the money, which is the hardest thing, we can show you how to make money. That's easy. Keeping the money for extended period of time, that's the tough part. If you're able to do that and keep good managing your rules properly, managing your risk, then you're ready for that live
Yeah.
account, right? That's the goal, right? Um, Getting the
So
big check is the side quest,
there you go. Homer, you're asking, what am I looking for to reversal? I mean, I'm looking for a high of day to be hit. I mean, right now, since things are moving higher, I'm looking for a high of day to be hit on volume with a retest of that high and then a failure back to a significant level of support. So, for example, Tesla, you can look at Tesla. Tesla's got a great pattern. I don't know if you, or not Tesla, sorry, Nvda. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
If maybe Carlos, you just put up a chart there of Nvidia. Nvidia's
Yep.
got the right pattern. See how it hit the high of day back just before 10 o'clock, pulled back, retested. The only problem with it was two problems. One, it was early for me. I like to do that after 10:15, closer to 10:30, and it didn't actually have any volume. There was no volume signature to actually indicate that that was a high of day. So because there was no volume, I didn't have confidence in the move. Now, from a pattern, if you just look at the chart, it looks great, right? High of day, retest to the penny, sold back off to VWAP, right? That's exactly the pattern I'm looking for, but it was missing some of the other signatures. But that's basically what I'm looking for. And I just scan through all the stuff I'm watching to find one that's, gives me all of the elements I'm looking for. And right now, I got nothing, right? The hymns
Yep.
hit a high of day, pulled back, it's retesting, or it's going up to retest now. Gave a little bit of volume at the high of day, not a huge amount. So this one actually looks a little bit better than did Nvidia, but still not awesome. So we'll just wait. There could be more higher highs to be put in. We're still pretty early. I'm not worried about it.
Yep.
That setup could happen maybe only at noon, 11 or 12 or 1 o'clock. You never know. AMD still pushing higher here quite fairly aggressively, actually. So,
Oh, look at
you know,
look at
they're
AMD, friends. It's nice. Very, very nice.
And think, Carlos, you could have been in that.
Yeah, I know. I would have been up
But
$7, $6,
yeah,
$6. Yeah. Oh
but you know
man.
what? I still think you made the right call because as much as this
Yeah.
works, you can't get distracted by the fact that it worked, right? Your risk to
Right.
reward
Right.
still wasn't good, and you made a decision based on the information you had at the time, and that's all
Yeah.
you can do in trading.
That's all you can do.
We
I think
gotta
Andrew.
we gotta
Yeah, Andrew did take AMD, and he's actually he's riding both of these, man. AMD and Tesla.
He
My
is.
goodness, it's gonna be a great
He
day.
is.
It's a great, great day. You were saying, Peter?
We had a SPAC. We had a SPAC just open at WSTNU. It's a low volume one. Doesn't look that great, but it just opened.
WST.
NU.
Oh, it's 5 tickers on this thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
here it is.
That's a SPAC. Usually the SPACs are five
Oh,
tickers
it's
ending in a
SPAC. Yep.
U. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that doesn't know, sorry, I'm using, acronyms here. A SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Company. Basically, it's just a pool of money that a few years ago, NASDAQ changed their listing rules to allow organizations to list these pools of money that you can more or less buy companies with, and then they become automatically listed with a lot lower requirement. Arguable whether it's a good thing or a bad thing because you can get some like non-trustworthy companies that get listed a little bit because they're just bought under these SPACs, but they've got thousands of them out there nowadays. But you can often differentiate them again, five-letter tickers often, usually ending in a U. Not always, but so there you go.
Yeah.
So, and if you look at hymns, we were just talking about hymns. I was talking about the pattern on hymns, and you can see how, it came up, did that high of day, pull back, a retest,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't retest to the penny. And I said I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that it had a lot of volume, but it did make a move. Look at how aggressively it spiked down. So here's a good
Yeah.
indication of how that pattern works, right? When everything lines up, it can work. I didn't take this one again because it wasn't sort of an A plus type setup for me, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a good example of how it works when it works.
Yeah. Very good.
Legally
Very good.
shady business. Yeah, that's sort of a way to state it. Let's face it, all of Wall Street is legally shady.
Mm.
It's that's the way the U.S. financial market works. Legally shady. I
Yeah.
like that. Legally shady. Yeah. Wow. Somebody in our chat room just posted a trade that they did on Hertz,
Yeah.
and I don't know how look at the colors they use on their stock chart. That's very Halloween colors.
Yeah. This is an
Pink
interesting
and
setup.
orange, pink and orange and red, and that would hurt my eyes to stare at, I think.
This will be a you do you
Yeah. Yeah,
on
yeah,
this one.
exactly. Hey,
You do you.
it's like a light bright. Feels like, you remember the
Yeah.
old light brights when you were a kid? Do your kids have a light bright? Probably not, eh? That's
No,
old
they
school.
did. I had plenty of those, but
Yeah.
yeah, my
Yeah.
kids, no,
Uh,
no, no.
it's
They
like
do
the
not.
staples of childhood at a certain age. Light brights and Betty Crocker ovens. I used to
Yeah,
cook little cakes with a light bulb.
the steering
I
wheel.
mean,
Remember the steering wheel that didn't really move? Like, what was the name of that thing? Like a steering wheel,
uh,
and it had like a little screen on it, whatever, and it made noises.
easy
And
bake
it's a
ovens.
big
Yeah,
one.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
A
sure
bop
you
it.
do.
I got a bop it in my desk, and in a drawer right over here. I got a bop it. Yeah, that was my kids' era. It didn't exist when I was a kid. But yeah, the easy bake oven. You can't even make an easy bake oven now because nobody uses incandescent light bulbs. So it's shows how hot the light bulbs burned, right? When you can bake a cake with it.
Yeah.
And if you weren't careful, the actual oven melted. Uh, oh man, it's amazing the stuff we used to give to kids. Here,
Uh, yeah. Play with
Saturday Night
this.
Live. Saturday Night Live had a great skit where they had a bag o' glass. Ooh, Mattel's bag o' glass.
You did not have one
Yeah.
of these? This was like
No.
huge.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this
Wow,
was huge,
no.
man. We
That looks
love that
cool.
thing.
I would have loved that thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was really, really nice. And you turn in the car will go. You
That's
know, it was a screen behind it, so the car stay there, but it will move it like, like to side in the
yeah.
back. Right, the steering wheel will move that. It's pretty, pretty cool. So,
Wow. I no, I guess that must be past my time then. It looks too advanced for when I was a kid.
mm,
Wow. Good move on Hims there. Well, maybe I should have taken a risk on it. Hindsight, Mountain Pass and our GTI. No, so our GTI pulled back way through the VWAP before making this retest to the high, so that's not a candidate for me at this point. PLTR might actually put in I mean it's got a new high of day right now.
oh man, look
We'll
at
see.
that.
I'd like it
Yes,
to
nice. Yeah.
spike higher on volume. That would be a potential for a mountain pass at some point later, but it looks like it's at least 20, 30 minutes away from even having a chance of setting up. AMD is the
Yep.
other one that I'm watching right now. It's unfortunately moving a little slower than I would like for an ideal mountain pass type trade, but you never know. It might accelerate. If it would accelerate all the way up to 260, that would be pretty awesome. Because then, well, yeah. Unfortunately, the previous day closed up at 259.60, so maybe we could accelerate all the way up to 259.50, hang right below yesterday's close. That might be good for a mountain pass. We'll keep an eye on it. Tesla is also a potential candidate in 30 minutes or so. Although I'm thinking that the volume's going to dry up on Tesla, and it's not likely to give me a trade config.
Wow, friends, what a great day. Look at POTR go here. Anybody still long in this thing or took it long? That is showing a lot of strength here um in this sessions. Nice. Still down
Yeah,
6%. Like it's still down
yeah,
6% from the previous day close because of earnings, but man, all long
yeah.
today so far. So,
The the other stock I'm keeping an eye on here is Microsoft. If you guys, I did mention at pre-market that it's been giving some decent directional moves if you have patience, and it's moving higher right now. Wait and see. Again, I'd be looking for a reversal trade, but we'll see what it does.
my tab, yeah, I don't know how that tab got there. That's old, man. I haven't used that cycling tab in a long time, and it's definitely misspelled. um, but yeah, look at this. A lot of stuff, man. We had some good stuff. Good stuff in our 80s. Super Soaker Peter had one of those.
Oh,
That
well,
was
that was after my time.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Sega Genesis. Oh, we all had one of these. Well, we grew up broke. We didn't have this stuff. Our friends had it. We went to their house to play with it. So, Nintendo and all this stuff.
yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Very nice. Very
Oh my
nice.
goodness. Now that the viewfinder, the what the heck is that called? You
This
see
right
the
here.
one, the red? I don't see where you're. That thing, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that called? Something master.
Viewmaster.
The Viewmaster. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's that was my I had those when I was a kid. I
Yeah. Oh
loved
no.
looking through those
Same.
things.
Same.
It was amazing. It was like having a I don't know, like having I want to try on one of those Kodak carousel things, slideshow on your face. I love the
Yeah.
Viewmaster. Yeah,
Good
it had all the
times.
different discs, different views of things. Simon, the old Simon Says, top right corner, Carlos. You just scrolled off of that. That's
uh.
another one.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the.
That's a
Yeah.
precursor to the Bop It type thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yep.
thing. I had one of those. I loved that thing too. The buttons would break because you'd smack it too hard, but
Yeah. Good times. I think every parent Iowa. You guys remember that? the Radio
Oh,
Iowa,
and
with the three
the
seat with the
big
five
wheels.
CD changer on the top. I mean, it's
Oh man.
oh boy,
The
oh
big
boy.
wheels and the see and say. See, now you're getting into my era of toys. Perfection, right? That's the stuff I had when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff,
Yeah.
man. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, POTR making new highs. Nvidia, wow, Nvidia, great short. If you were looking for it, nice VWAP breakdown there, and continues. Hims, garbage still, like not garbage. It broke out, but it's back into its range. Not doing a whole lot there. And Tesla collapsing a little bit here. We're taking most of the stuff off already. I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna keep bringing my stuff up. Like my stop now 455. We'll bring it. Just keep bringing it up and see where it
Right.
goes. Might be done. Might be done.
Yeah, might be done.
Um, saw some great trades today from Andrew on AMD and POTR. I'm not sure what Brian traded yet. Did you hear what Brian got into, if anything?
No, I didn't actually hear what Brian traded. So
Okay.
I was focused on Andrew's trades here, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
He'll tell us. He'll
Yeah.
join here in a minute, I think.
Very good. Wow,
Andrew's
474 guys. That's awesome. 474 likes. Thank you
yeah,
so much. We
thanks.
appreciate that.
I
That's
can
a
I can actually get
bunch.
paid today according to Carlos.
Yeah. With a 70% extra, so that he'll be get a bonus.
Yeah.
If we do 500, he gets the raffle for the weekly bonus for Peter. So
Oh yeah.
if we get another
There you go.
25 in there, he
Yeah,
can get into
appreciate
the
it.
raffle.
That would
Yep,
help me out.
absolutely.
Yeah, we giving things away? There you go. 501. Thanks everybody. Appreciate
There it
that. Look at
is,
that. You,
501.
you guys are
Awesome.
awesome. You guys are awesome.
There it is. There it is. Just because of that, we should give away some books. We hit 501. Let's give away books. Let's give away books. Let's do that. Let's do it. Give away for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. And we'll do one for everyone too, because all you guys help with the likes, and that's awesome. So let me set it up here. Let's get started. Hashtag book.
I can buy another. Yeah, I have to admit I want the new 911 Turbo.
Just do it, Peter. Just come on.
You know what?
Just
My wife
well,
would have a fit. I can't.
nah,
It's like 400,000 Canadian. They get a
just do it,
911
Peter.
Turbo S.
Yeah,
400,000.
just go
I
for it,
can't do
man.
it, man.
Nah, just go
No.
for it, man. Just do it.
992.2. Oh, be
Yeah,
awesome. Anyways.
that is. Go test drive it. Take her for a ride. Go test drive it. Go see what
No,
happens,
no,
and
she
take it
she would
home.
she
And
would she would not like the car.
yeah,
She would not like it. That's the problem, right? She's not a car person. And the
yeah,
problem with those
yep,
cars is even when you drive at a a normal speed, it feels fast. So she gets in and
yeah.
she's always like, "Slow down, you're driving too fast." And I'm like, "I'm literally in traffic. Can't you see the RAV4 in front of me? Like I'm
Like,
not driving fast. I'm
sweetie,
behind Toyota, you know?"
sweetie,
But
I'm parked. The engine is just
yeah,
revving. I'm parked.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, pretty much.
Good stuff.
Uh,
All right,
uh,
56 entries. We'll include everybody, friends. So even if you're not powered Lambos and Garbage Truck, we'll include all you guys today. Lambos and Garbage Truck members do get an extra ticket in the raffle. So let's see here. Here it is for our friends for hitting 500 likes today. That's awesome. 524. That's beautiful. All right, let's go ahead.
Good morning.
First winner. Oh, good morning, Andrew.
How are
Right
you
on
doing,
time.
brother?
Doing
Right on
good, man. How
time.
are you? I
Yeah.
saw your
morning.
beautiful trays on AMD, on Tesla.
What are you
Awesome,
giving
man.
away to people? What are you
I'm giving
giving?
them I'm giving your books away. The books you gave me, I'm giving them away.
Yeah, don't give my Lamborghini away to anybody, okay?
No, no, not yet.
Give it away.
Uh,
Who wants one of those?
right.
Get a real
Let me
car.
get it. Let me get it in chat here, and then we'll finish the raffle. Here it
We do have an
is.
IPO that just opened for anybody that's interested. CEPV.
Nice. First one, Racit94. Congrats, my friend. Second one, Roman Enzel. Welcome. Well, not welcome, but congrats. Another one, Homer 88 Donuts XAB. We're chatting this week, so congratulations, my
Yeah.
friend. You got a book. Andrek 88. Congrats to you. And last but not least is going to be Gianluca Davino. Welcome. So congratulations. Victor Romeo, congrats. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. Good to have you. Thank you for joining. So we'll do it again tomorrow, guys. We'll do it again tomorrow. All right. Andrew, Brian, hello.
Hey guys,
Hello.
we had a
Hello.
pretty amazing day. It was really, really nice, very volatile. So one of the best trades that I did was Tesla. At the open, we did the 1 minute opinion range breakout. Got stopped out, came back up with the help of Market Atlas that you guys, partially can see in my chart. We did some really nice signals, and sorry, just stop this guy. So we did some really nice trade to the long side, long, added more, and then boom, popped up to 458, added more, and again, all with the help of Market Atlas liquidity all the way up to 460. And I am still a little bit long on AMD and Tesla both. So it was a very profitable day for me. AMD was also a very nice trade. So again, ripped above the VWAP, long, partial, added more, partial. PLTR was the one that really got me at the open because I went short before the 1 minute candlestick closes. And I wanted to get a stopped out here, but by mistake, I added more. Eventually, I got a stopped out with a loss. And then it shorted again after it dropped below the VWAP, partial, added more, and eventually got a stopped out. So it turned out to be overall a very profitable day for me. I know Brian also had a couple of really nice trades on Nvda that he can talk about.
Yeah, no, I talked. Nvidia sold off at the open, and when it came up to the VWAP, this is one of my favorite trades, rejection at the VWAP trade. So it rejected there and pulled back, so I had it short. But then it didn't make a new low, so I jumped in for a long, just around the 201.50 area, and we got it all the way up to 203.50. So it was a nice reversal trade on Nvidia. And I traded SPX options. Got a really nice move when we started to break out around 950. So got that trade as well, and seem to be just chopping along here. The market is holding up. So it was a good day. Just an amazing drop at the open, but took about 10 minutes for the buying brigade to come in.
Yeah, that was really amazing. All right. So any
Feel like
question, guys?
yeah.
Trades that we did. Any question about the market? Ruby is popping up and getting halted all the time. This is a low float stock. Woof. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Oh, there you go. Be careful of this one, guys. This is really
Oh,
this is crazy.
we're doing a what's it, Ruby?
Ruby, yeah.
What's the deal on Ruby's been halted once, twice, three times so far.
Yeah, this is
Daily's kind of ugly.
they haven't got halted yet.
Take a look at
Well, let's buy 1,000 shares just for fun. See what's gonna happen.
it looks like 181 is your halt area.
Oh, there you go. It popped up. Oh, it got halted? No, not yet. Like I'm in it. At 17395. Oh, it got halted? Or not yet?
It's halted.
All right, I'm gonna put some order
It is
at
halt.
190. I got stuck in the halt. I'm gonna put the two. Do they accept the orders on the halt? Yeah, I think. And 2.10, 2.5.
SPY is
Some orders up there.
continuing to push higher now.
So yeah, I took the longer Ruby before the halt. Now I'm in the halt. Let's see if it opens up higher or not.
Oh my, Andrew going with the low float.
No, it's only 1,000 share. Only 1,000 share, just for fun, just to be part of history.
Yeah,
Just to be
just
part of history.
just to say you were
Yeah.
there when it happened,
Mm.
Yeah,
when
I
it
mean
popped up.
1,000 share, I got filled 173, 174. Just see if it pops up to 190. Like, what's the worst case? I have this account that is a small account for doing some crazy stuff on it. So let's see. It's fun
Why
just to be
not?
part of the story. Why not?
Have some fun.
Contributing to the. I want to show how people how dangerous it is to trade that. Like, I buy 1 million share. No, I buy 1 million shares of one worth of Tesla, but this one is like $2,000 like type of gamble just for fun.
So
All
yeah,
right,
you're not going to
so
be 44. You still have like 3 minutes before it reopens.
Yeah, if they do a 5-minute halt, sometimes if these things are crazy, they might hold it longer.
Yeah, it is the fourth halt here on it, which is very risky.
well, what's the news on it?
It's a good question.
Well,
find
I
out.
already
News.
have my order out, guys. So you're already putting your order out in the market. So you're gonna get filled if it opens. Let's see what it opens.
No, there's zero analysts covering it, so I can't tell you what the news is. Nobody knows. There's no news.
I
Yeah,
think Benzema
just
announced something.
I mean, there could be. The news feeds aren't picking it up yet, though. So you got
I'm
no
just
articles written on
I'm
it. The
just
company,
yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's something in stock twits. Sometimes somebody had knows something,
eco-conscious
but I
crude
don't.
oil.
What does this company
It's
do,
got a low
Robico?
apparently it's got a
Apparently, they
1.5 million float.
yeah. It's again, it's an eco-conscious crude oil company.
Eco-conscious.
And there you go.
Uh, it's not
That
clear.
sound
What are
that
they?
sounds something like you'd want to invest in for sure.
It's a Greek company. All the principals are Greece. It's based out of Athens. Uh, yeah, corporate governance. Yeah, still not sure what they do.
But
Looks like they manage a fleet of tankers.
eco-friendly tankers.
Apparently. And it's funny, you go to their website, they've got all the stuff you'd expect about social responsibility and innovation and employee development and integrity and ethics. Nowhere does it actually say what they do.
They got all the keywords there though.
Yeah. Empowering streamlined tanker operations. That's all I got. So the primary business is the ownership and operation of eco-conscious fleet of tanker vessels designed for enhanced fuel efficiency, reduced greenhouse emissions, and environmentally friendly technologies. All right, so we're open again. I'm sorry, I missed the reopening about 10 seconds ago. And as Andrew pointed out, look at the risk. So it halted again, this time on the
Yikes.
way down.
Oops.
So
Jesus. So you guys
yeah,
see, that's how you lose your money on it.
Right, and you never had a chance to get out of it, right? This whole thing was open for like 20 seconds, maybe.
Exactly.
But it's
Exactly. This is gonna be a
well,
bloodbath, I know.
Well, that was fun.
maybe not. Might it might catch a bid. Might catch a bid here on this pullback.
You never know.
So that's good too for you guys to see. That's why we don't allow under $5 in the funded account, because you pay, $299 or 300 or whatever, and then you one trade you blew up, and then you have to go.
Yeah, I still can't find any news on it. I don't know if Brian, you had any opportunity, but no, I hear the
I
truck.
didn't. I haven't.
There it goes.
I haven't heard anything. I can't see anything
Yeah, neither can
other
I.
than Greek fraudster company. Just the usual crap on stock twits. 99% of it isn't worth reading.
Welcome to social media.
All right. So what are the other
Sometimes.
positions they're doing? Tesla and AMD. So AMD is still messing around about half the day.
Yep. Tesla's pulling back.
Tesla pulling back. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna probably selling the rest of Tesla positions here. So I'm all out of Tesla, guys. AMD still has a better chance to go up to 258, even though Atlas is pretty bearish right now for a pullback.
In the chat room, Hadish. Okay, don't need to yell. He's got all caps going. Tradingterminal.com is your best way to get a funded account, because then you get all the tools at Trading Terminal and it comes with a funded account. Unless, Andrew, you want to suggest a different approach, but
No,
that's
no,
how
just
I
all
would
the
recommend.
info. Yeah, all the info is in the website. You can go there.
Yeah.
You can get all the information, all the rules, all the
Yeah.
terms and conditions in there. The cost of trading terminal is $99 per month, and if you want to have a
Oh.
funded account, it's $299.
Sean, you got two questions. Those are two very different questions there. Do you want me to ask here? I'll ask for Sean. Magic 8 Ball. We're going to the Magic 8 Ball, guys. Magic 8 Ball. Sean wants to know, will Andrew make money on his Ruby trade? And the Magic 8 Ball says, it actually says outlook good.
I don't think
Uh,
I'm going to make money, honestly. Usually
uh,
the halts on the way down are not good. So
no, not
um,
usually.
Not
don't
usually. We'll see what it does. It's indicating to open at 170.
Yeah.
yeah, you want to get stuck on a halt on the way up. And this one was the one, two, three, fourth halt.
Yeah.
Usually the
Yeah.
fourth halt is
Fifth, actually. I
fifth.
think.
Yeah. So no, this one is
Yeah.
fifth, but I got before the fourth one, so I probably
Oh,
shouldn't have traded that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, actually, you got after the fourth one because there's actually a halt down there at 10
Oh yeah,
o'clock, 10:05.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
it's just a very flat one, so which is a little odd. So that probably wasn't a volatility halt. That might have been a news halt or something, but yeah, and the one you got in after, Andrew, they'd held it for 10 minutes, not just the 5. So another
Oh
warning sign there too.
yeah, definitely. It
Hmm.
was not a good idea to get in there.
Well, let's take a look here. So it's going to reopen in about 20 seconds. Guys, you can tell, by the way, if you have an advanced platform, it'll tell you exactly when it halted. It halted at 10:44 and 26 seconds. So we know if it sticks to a 5-minute halt, it should open exactly at 10:49 and 26 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, should be back on now. There you go. Just reopened. And another spike down. Next halt level is a $1.48. Oh, wait. Will it recover for Andrew? No,
You know, I'm
maybe
out of
not.
here. I
Maybe
got
not.
out.
Oh, here you got
I got out.
out.
Yeah, I got out of
Look,
here.
look, look. You didn't trust the magic 8 ball, Andrew. It said
I
you can make
know.
Yeah.
money.
What is this magic 8 ball? I didn't
See,
know about that.
I
Everybody knows about the magic
I
eight
told
ball. Look at that.
yeah,
No, I didn't
Oh,
know
I
that. What
told
are you
you
guys doing on
it
YouTube?
was gonna pull back and then maybe pop. Got down to the VWAP, bounced off it,
and it's halted again.
and
Look
it's
at
halted
that.
again.
Popped right back up so you could have got out of break even, Andrew. Oh, he
No,
doesn't believe.
I lost
No,
$149.50 on it, but that was a good education. You got to go through this pain of
there you go.
uncertainty. You know, the problem with these ones are that you actually don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if gaps up. There's no fundamentals. There's no chart pattern. Nothing in there. Um,
Yeah, I'm going to add this one to my.
yeah, but this might go to $2. I had orders at 2 and stuff, but what is this magic 8 ball? I've never heard of it. Is it
What?
we're doing?
Oh, see, you're
What, you've
not
never
hanging
heard of
around
the
in the
Magic
afternoon
8
with
ball?
me. We've had it for years.
Yeah.
So here, I don't know if Carlos, if you're out there, you can put me on the screen, but literally it's like the old kids magic 8 ball here that here you go. Here's the magic 8 ball. And you give it your wish or you ask it your question and you flip it over and in the little window at the bottom it'll tell you what the answer is. And we have asked the magic 8 ball. So the magic 8 ball came to us in October of 2020, and for the last 5 years, we've asked it to make 140 predictions, and it has been accurate 58% of the time. So 80 of the 140 predictions have been true. So there you go. I keep stats on these things. So there you go.
Wow. So can you
Completely
ask another?
non-scientific.
Yeah.
Can you ask a
The
question? Am I going to become a
non-magic
billionaire?
8 ball.
Okay. Magic 8 ball. Andrew wants to know, this is a big question. At any point in his life, will he become a billionaire? Now, it doesn't mean you keep it, right? You got to be careful with the Magic 8 ball. You could become a billionaire one day and then like lose it all or die the next day. You never know. So, but anyways, during his life, will Andrew become a billionaire? And the Magic 8 ball says, ask again later. It doesn't want to answer you at this point.
I think
All right.
Because one time I asked something like that, and am I going to become a billionaire? And that thing said no, but your ex-wife would be as well.
All right. Well,
I think you got to start a space company or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, a space company that is going to put quantum computing on Mars.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back into character, guys. Enough. So any question, guys, about trading? Anything about that we did today? So I think it was good to see this, Ruby trade because, you see how unpredictable is this moves and how impossible is risk management. So the lesson is that really there's nothing wrong with trading and making money, but when you cannot manage the risk, then the consistency would be impossible. So, the consistency is the one that we are trying to teach how to day trade for a living. When you actually put for a living behind it, means you need consistency. And we do this every day in the chat room on the bigger price stocks like Tesla, Nvda, AMD. Obviously, you can use their leverage products or options, but all of them have risk management integrity. These guys don't have any integrity. They can do whatever they want. They don't stick to any pattern, any rules. That's why you should stay away from it.
Create a
Any
trade
question,
book
guys,
and just
about
stick with it.
So John is asking, what was your mindset when everything you flipped long on AMD? So this is something that I really like. This candlestick, this squeeze candlestick above the VWAP, is something that I really, really like because, you know, you try to go, it's a weaker stock, you try to go down and then suddenly it bounces back and then it squeezes through the VWAP. And if you read my trade book, the latest one, I talk about this pattern a lot. When you put this one into the perspective with the 5-minute candlestick, you see that there is a very weak candlestick and then suddenly a very bullish candlestick shows up, that what we call this pattern a bullish engulfing pattern. So this is an engulfing. It doesn't happen very often, but when it happens, usually very powerful. That means that the short sellers were shorting, and now the buyers are coming, they're more aggressive, and they win the battle. And now everything has to flip their position. Everyone is short, they have to cover. That happened to me on PLTR. I was short down here. I really was expecting down. When it came back up, I covered my short. And now that short covering can, you know, trigger even more with people who are actually buying it for the long, and then you can have this explosive move. So the, you know, 5-minute engulfing is an opening range breakup, but the pattern happens exactly, you know, after this. I know it's only important at the first, you know, half an hour or so, because after that, you see a lot of engulfing. This is an engulfing. But you don't want to trade that because it's just such a small candlestick. So you want to really trade on at the open when there is really volatility out there, so it's meaningful. So same as Tesla. Tesla came, you know, I was, you know, stopped out because at the open I saw some Atlas very bullish move on that. I got stopped out, came back up again, came back up very nicely, started making a higher high, higher low. So 5-minute, you know, became a higher high and higher low, and continued the higher high, higher low until it really ripped above these moving averages, break of high of the day. And then the ad was really nice because with the help of Market Atlas, we can continue adding on that. And now as we're losing the VWAP, I got to stop that on it. The one that you want to take a look at it is PLTR. Again, PLTR, you know, it was a really nice 5-minute range breakdown, which we did trade that. I was really expecting it to go lower, but look at this really bullish engulfing that turned around. And as you see here, it went higher. So this is my trade that I covered my short. Let me go to 1 minute. So this really huge squeeze, you know, it never really closed above the VWAP. If it was closing above the VWAP, maybe I would have taken it long. Really came down, failed, came back up, and now this is the candlestick that you know, really squeezed above the VWAP. Usually they have, you know, more higher volume than the rest of them. So that would have been a good place to go long here as well. So again, anyone that is who is short in this area with the hope of going down, they have to cover. And that's why that's why VWAP is so important. That, you know, everything has to change. You know, the option activity would change, the, you know, trader's position would change, algos would start changing. So the PLTR was total 2 trades. So this was the first trade that was completely mistake. I really shouldn't have traded in the first minute. I don't know what happened. And then this was a really nice short that we did. Obviously, I added, and then I did a work, came back up, and I got to stop that almost at the break even. So that's the only 2 trade. This was a really good trade. This was a complete mistake that I did. Tesla and AMD, both of them were 1 trade. So this is 1 trade. You see a lot of dot, but it's all just 1 trade with the nice add in between. So that's 3 trades that I did. And then Tesla is also 1 trade. No, Tesla actually was 1 short as 1 stop loss. So that was a loss. And then this was another trade. So a total of 5 trade. Sean is asking, would you advise from a flipping position? No, not really. You can flip your position as long as you know what you're doing. As long as you have some certain criteria for flipping your position. Like, for example, big squeeze above the VWAP, you flip your position, and you have a trade book for it. It's very important to have a trade book for that. So this is the book that I'm talking about, having a trade book. So this is one of the best books that I wrote, and I think it's one of the best books that is written for active trading, in my opinion, although I'm biased. Talking about having every decision that you're making in trading has to be part of your trade book. You know, from identification of the stock, from selection of the stock, identification of your setup, execution of your, you know, strategy, and of course, you know, the psychological consideration and refining your trade book. So it's all in there with a couple of really important, you know, strategies that I use step by step. And there's at the end, there's 5 or 6 trade books that we put from other traders. You can go through that, you can skim through that. You probably don't understand much, but you can see somehow how people build a system. It's about building a system. So either, Alex, I think the first book is probably better, How to Day Trade for a Living. It's really like an alphabet of trading. And then the other books are giving you a little bit more detail. But all of the books that I write are in the, independent, because you eventually, have to write the book in a way that people understand. So there are some repetition for sure in there for the people that they've read that before. So Ruby did go back up, and now it got halted again. So we did go to look at this. This is just crazy. So all right, Jake.
So a pretty good morning here.
Good morning. One last question,
Go
Jake.
ahead.
I answered because I handed over to Brian and Thor. 920 is a strategy that in Education Center we have videos, and also in the book that I have in Trade Book, I go into the detail of that. And if in the Education Center you search 920, you can see so many videos. Even on YouTube, if you go 920, I have so many recaps based on that. So it's a very, very easy, very powerful strategy. It doesn't happen again very often, but when it really shows itself, you can be very aggressive on it if you identify that. It's very similar to bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing. It doesn't happen often, but when they do, they're usually very high accuracy. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Brian and Thor. Great trading, guys. Today is Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday. So I'll see you guys in the strategy
all day.
Tuesday all
Take care,
day.
everybody.
It'll be watch out. AMD trading is reporting at the end of the day here, so maybe some more fireworks coming your way.
Oh, let's hope. So I just got my screen up. So good seeing everybody out there in YouTube Landia. So great to have you all here. Let's give a big thumbs up and a like for our man Andrew and our guy Brian for another good. I also am going to highly recommend a book that I have on my desk, and it's called Trade Book. But I'm going to be giving away, we have Trade Book, how to build a complete day trading system, which I think is a really good idea. So how about I just offer you a complete day trading system? You can build your own, or you can just use one that's already built. And I'm going to be giving away a free signed copy of this today. So you can see there's a big theme here when you talk about the community and how we really approach our trading, right? It's all about systematic trading, right? It comes about systematic trading, right? A complete day trading system, how to build a complete day trading system. What are we talking about here? Systems. I feel like we got books, no. Now, I will tell you that the fun part of this whole thing is this copy actually has been rubbed by me. So when you get this signed copy, I mean, you get, you're just not going to get better than this signed copy today. I'm just saying, it's like, we're just going to put it right here. This could be your copy today. I'm not going to tell you exactly when I'm going to do this, but this could actually be like how much like good vibe, good Zen energy I'm putting into this thing right now. So I was actually holding this book while I took this trade that you can see on my screen right here. Right. So as you can see now, I have to admit something here. I had a little bit of a non-standard cam play, right? This is a higher range. It's a narrow range. And I think we're going to go outside, and we are already opening outside of S6. So I really don't have a firm play here, right? So I kind of have been using some little tricks of the trade I've been learning here. So we have this nice uptrend here on the old 4 hour, as you can see coming up here. Now, I'm not going to claim this is like the right way to do it. We need Dr. V for that. But I'm just saying, I got this one here, this pullback. It's not a complicated spot, right? But then I'm looking at it, and look how this comes in, right? We have this level here off of the sell of this candle, really solid VPA signal. And then look what happens when we re-offer up and we try and claim that trend. What happens for y'all, for anyone who's looking at this, when we claim that trend, what happened volume-wise? Nothing, right? Nothing happened. This is a really big level. Like, this is a really big thing. You know what I mean? Lots of stuff should happen. We should see an explosion here, right? But instead, we just got muted performance. So when we re-offered that level and I saw no buying, I went ahead and took a short and threw my stop, gave myself, I actually risked about 500 on this one. So just one contract, which gave me a nice wide stop, and I made two, and I hit a 4-to-1 on this as a target to the downside. And look what happens when we actually lost the trend and our buying and selling detector shows us going into the selling range right there. Beautiful short signal. That's the signal right there. Bam. Getting in short, stop above the trend, right? As long as you could get a really nice tight entry there and hit a target really well also, right? So boom. So it's a really, really nice one. So it worked out really good. And also the fun part of this, if you were in the Bear Bull Traders chat room, you would have seen at 10 a.m. where I actually called out, this looks like the spot where we're going to stall out, roll over, and start selling. So if you were in the Bear Bull Traders chat room a half hour before anything even happened, I was already telling everyone that the market's, cover rally was over, right? And that we were going to start selling again in a little bit. So, and as you can see, that's what we've got going on a little bit now, right? So boom. So that's my trade. Oh, I also got myself a little bit of a short on gold in the pre-market, micro golds. So we started to sell and we went into a fairly aggressive sell. So I went ahead and covered when we lost that and regained at S6, right? So, but still 5 contracts there. So all in all, I had myself a really nice day today, right? So go futures. You like my hoodie? Why, thank you. It's a very special hoodie. But I can't really show it, but it's very special. White Cat Labs, there's no invite needed. You can just get it. Just go to my Instagram at Thor Young MA. All right, I had to switch it from to MA because it fits my new Market Alchemist style, and I was starting to get some bots on BBT. So I'm ducking and covering the bots. I'm constantly like, get away. But just go by my IG. There's a link there that goes to all of my private mentoring. There's a link there for like I live trade at P Capital. So there's a P Capital link there. I've also got my private mentoring group, new things coming up that I'm really excited for that I'll talk to you all even more about, but private mentoring is really taking it to a new level starting December 1st. So I can't wait to talk to you more about what's all going to be offered there. And then, does my book cover everything I do here? Why? Funny you should ask. Let's go through it a little bit. You want to talk book for a minute? So remember, towards the end of this, I'm going to be sending a signed copy to somebody that we're going to be doing a drawing for at the end of this. So make sure you stick around. I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do it because I want you to make sure you're here. So if I tell you, you'll just leave because I'm not that interesting otherwise, right? You just want my book. No, I'm just kidding. So what Andrew was kind of saying about systems is true, right? Every system needs to have a where, when, and how. Now, I wrote my book in 2022, right? So it is a trading system that I've been utilizing solely, right, for my considerations on how I trade the market for a very long time. The indicators that I use in TradingView are my indicators, right, that I've had developed by my developer, Bruz, who is the most talented trading coder person ever. I don't know. I gush. I mean, this guy's just the best. right? So the buying and selling detector, my ghost candles, everything that is on my chart are all things that I've made, right? That way I know. So for me, the idea here is called job security, right? I had a nightmare once, and it was that I woke up one day and all of my indicators were gone and I had no way to trade, right? Like I didn't know what was going on. I had to really go back to the old school, like really like focusing through and marking everything, right? I've developed this beautiful automated trade system. Imagine if Bruz just disappears, right? We need like an insurance policy on this guy or something, man. He needs security. He needs security. Like we are actually going to hire Bruz security. He's like a really big dude, like with a Rolex, like in the glasses, like one of these guys, like I mean behind Bruz at all times, just like you're not allowed to get near him. Right? Zunio, let's talk about that inside of my mentoring community. But that's not how that's going to work, unfortunately. Right. So, but we'll talk about that because that's a conversation not for YouTube and Bearable Traders. So anyway, we gotta keep Bruz safe, right? So now. So I had this like nightmare, right? So part of this whole thing is job security, right? Like I want us to have the stuff we need so that no matter what happens for the next 15, 20 years, we've got everything. So the system here and how it calls has been coded based upon like the details of my book. And I've been trading this system, like I said, since 22. I started trading it in 2019 to 2020 and detailed it in high precision. So this book is broken down into a where, a when, and a how, right? In the where, all right, I'm sorry, Zunio, please don't talk about this in here in this channel, or I'm gonna mute you, right? We can talk about this inside my private mentoring group, and I disagree with what you're saying, by the way. Giving somebody something for a lesser price because you've been providing them the service that they asked for, and now you're changing the service and offering more. That is no reason just to give somebody access to that higher service. That makes zero sense at all, right? Like that's not how those things work. Like that, if that was the case, you would never pay for a subscription upgrade on Netflix. Right. But they have more movies now. Yeah, but I had Netflix back in like 2005 when they didn't have movies. So now I don't want to have to pay for new movies. That's not how this works. And if anyone feels like they're being discarded, you're being super dramatic. Right? This is business. This is real life. You know what I mean? I have significant expenses and I'm trying to offer a higher quality educational process, which will include a massive collaboration with Dr. V. So cat's out of the bag, right? I'm talking about every single day, like daily work with Dr. V every single morning and on afternoons as well, right? So it's going to be this massive collaborative mentoring opportunity that's going to be available to people, right? So I mean, and if you've really gotten, I really hate to be this guy, but you've been at the price level you've been at for such a long time, and you've had access to me this whole time, right? So if anything, maybe even just think, wow, how awesome was it that I got to work with this guy for that long and watch this whole thing develop for only that amount of money, right? Because I charge people $500 a month to individually mentor them, right? So this is going to allow me to work with everybody for half the price, and I'll be able to do it in small group mentorings, and they get access to Dr. V for 5 days a week plus 2. It's going to be the most insane like stock trading like opportunity ever. Like you're for the first place, you're going to have a place where there's going to be 2 people who legitimately care about whether or not you learn to trade or not. And one of them is a doctorate in psychology who can do real cognitive behavioral therapy. And the other one's a seasoned ass trader that doesn't really suck at this. You know what I mean? So we can do that. December 1st is the rollout. Is when we plan to do this. It's going to be December 1st. I'm putting together an email, which I will add to that I'm going to send out to everybody that's on my wait list first. And then I'm going to also do a public on it, hopefully like in like the next like week or so. But I'm putting together a sweet offering to just show you all the offering and what we're going to do. But we're going to bust our butts to create the coolest. No wait list right now. Just pause on me. It's coming. So yeah. So I just, I love you. I need you guys to understand, like, so Thomas, I want to work and I want to help y'all, and I can't do it by myself. I just don't have the ability to balance all of that with my personal life and doing that. So I already said, Zunio, that you can talk to me about this in the real thing. Not sure why you're still talking about it here, but it's certainly not going to make your case for you to push it and do this right here. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you right now, I can't give away somebody else's time, right, Zunio? And I'm not going to. And I'm sorry if you don't like me because of that. I love you. You know what I mean? And I really hope that in time, but I can't give away somebody else's time. And that means I would have to give away my time. And I'm not going to do that either. Right. So it just is what it is. Right. I'm sorry. So, but we'll talk about that more later, or DM me because you're in my other group. So you can just DM me directly and have this conversation with me privately instead of on YouTube if you'd like to. Unless you have some other kind of weird agenda, right? Which is like bizarre. Like, why would you want to press it? Right. So I'll keep you all posted. So also, for those of you who are not aware, I will be anybody in the Sarasota, Florida area in December. I'm going to do a mail out in a little bit of some nature, or do a post on my social media. I'm going to be speaking at the Money Show in Sarasota, which is the Master Money series. So it should be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward, if anyone wants to come by and do that. The dates on that are going to be right here, December 1st through 3rd. It's going to be in Sarasota, and I'm going to be talking on becoming a day trader. I'm going to talk about from start through finish. So if we're going to have a few people there, can we let's do a get together, right? Anybody want to do a little meetup? If we can get a few people there, we've already got 2. I mean, 2 plus 1 is that's a few, right? Yeah, Sergio, let's talk about that. I'd love to have like lunch and hang out with somebody. That would be so much fun. That would be cool. Yep, I'm in. Oh my goodness, we have a few people. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do Sarasota meetup. We'll have to do it. I mean, obviously we'll be at the Money Show, so we can all hang there. But then we'll have to find some place just for us. But we're going to need someone to coordinate to figure that out. Because if you guys know my skill sets, like organizing like group get-togethers, like, nah, not like strong, right? So I'm going to be there representing Bearable Traders, representing Peak Capital, representing my mentoring. So, I'm going to go, I want to talk, but networking, getting to meet y'all and hang out, that would make it so worth it to drive over to Sarasota. I'll try and get that information for you in the next couple of days, because I didn't get a firm one on that one. If it's like last time, I'll be like the last person on the last day. No, that is a fact with Dr. V, right? I bet she will be ready for some warm weather, right? So I will likely, yeah. But I think a few of us are going to try and make Money Show Vegas also. That's in February. Back to the book. So the book. Remember A Complete Day Trading System? We were talking about this before I I got wildly distracted. So this book basically breaks itself down into 3 parts, right? Where, when, how, right? And that's what your trading system should basically have, right? Dr. V says a recipe, right? That is what a recipe is it not? If you go to bake a cake, what does the note card tell you, right? You already know where you're baking the cake. That's an easy one when you're cooking, right? But you have the ingredients, you have a special way you mix them together, you have a certain temperature it needs to be in, it has a certain amount of time it needs to be left in, right? These all things are the ingredients in which this recipe develops the best, right? And that's why you put a system together, because like cooking, people take time and said, hey, if I combine these ingredients, right, and I do them in this way, then boom. Right. So that's basically what my day trading system does, right? It gives you a where, a when, and a how. Now for my where, I use Camarilla pivot points, right? So like ES is a really nice example, right? ES has S6 here, ATR low. So for me, what would I think on a higher narrow range? Well, with cam pivots, and the first 3 chapters, right, are all cam pivot related, right? Chapter 1, cam pivots, literally explains them, their history, how to configure them, and DOS if you use DOS. I do need to do I'm going to do an update on my book maybe next year, and I'm going to do a pocket edition. So I'm going to update my book and do like a much smaller, more condensed version that will just have the plays and the way you take them and how you take them condensed down, and with updated charts and links and stuff like that. But this one will always be kind of like the big one, like I'm not going to do like another VPA book or another, because this has so once you're done with Camarilla pivots, it has the strategies, it tells you about the relationships, and then it has like all of the different strategies and like how you take them, right? So literally, like talk about detailing it out, right? Right? It tells you exactly what you're looking for, right? The main requirement for this setups are, and it does this. Like, it's funny, like for P Capital, they asked me to put my stuff into a trade book, and I'm like, it's going to be hard. Like, that's my trade book, right? So, it's not small, right? So now my whole middle section is all talking about the when. So what do I mean by when? I mean tape reading, I mean order book reading, right? VPA, value-based, and price-based analysis, right? Everything you really need to know to understand what makes the market tick in these capacities. Now, this is information that you are going to get in very, very few other resources, right? Because it's it's not common that the person whose book you're reading from, when they're talking about market making, they're talking about market making because they personally know market makers or have market made. Right now, I've never been a market maker, although there was an opportunity to look into it, but I can't move my daughter to New York, right? So, but I can't do market making, but I do have some very close personal relationships with folks who are in fact market makers, right? So when I talk about what incentivizes market making, how the process works, that comes from days and days on the exchange floor. I've been on the exchange, I've been on the options side, I've been on the main side. I've went to dinners at Paul Revere's, staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning, drinking with market makers with all their badges and talking about the old days, the attrition of the algos, all these different things. So when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm not regurgitating information I've read in a book, and then I'm trying to act like I have knowledge of something I've read in a book, right? I'm giving you knowledge of stuff that I am aware of because I am aware of it. I have been there. I have participated, right? And it is very, very fun. So Camarilla Milnix on Camarilla pivot points, the word Camarilla is Spanish, and it is for the cabal, right? Right. And the cabal is a secret order, right? Controlling things from behind the scenes, basically, right? So once you learn kind of about some of that inside stuff, order book reading, because remember, when I first came to Bear Bull Traders, order book reading was not a thing, but I talk about what generates the orders. Like we go back in history, and I give you a breakdown of what happened and what people were doing. I detail the ticker tape and how to actually read a ticker tape. right? So that you know these varied old things, and I show you how to read a level 2 and go through all of these different things. So by the time you're done reading my book, you really know a lot about imbalance, the ins and outs of the market, and all of these varied things. Once we get to my back chapter, right, we break into the how, right? Which is we go through all of the, we have some cheat sheets and stuff like that that are in there for you too. But once we get in there, we go into the how and actually break down different risk management strategies, different ways to enter, different patterns that will give you the highest RVR, right? So I cut through and I give you all in high detail, very well put out, right? I talk about the different types of scaling, the different type of profitability, going for 4-to-1s versus scaling and what the advantages are, right? And then I show you how to set them up in DOS, right? So there's a lot of stuff that's really going on there, right? Blink. So anyway, it's a good read. I highly recommend it. So why are you telling us to learn about this? Here with me or the book? So yes, I was the person who I introduced Camaria pivot points to Bearable Traders. I would say I probably brought the majority of the VPA information and market making info, as well as I would say anything related to level 2 or order book influence. All of those things were things that generically were a part of what I brought into BBT, which I was so happy to do. And so what I found, and the reason I went down that road, right? And don't forget, I'm going to give away a free signed copy of this bad boy, maybe in like the next 15 minutes. So it's when I came into the market, and I'll be straight up with y'all. Hold on. I got to be in a special place for this because this memory sucks. So it hits. I remember this day. I was probably a year and a half into my trading, maybe a year and a quarter into my trading. And I had a really good start. And I'm sure many of you had this experience. When I was in sim at the beginning, it just didn't seem like I really did a whole lot of wrong. And then when I started to really try and push, it just seemed like as things got real, things just kind of unwound. And I found like I didn't have the ability to really trade the get the indicator, Eric. You just go to my Instagram for that. It's just at ThorYoungMA. So I had this moment in time where I was like, you know what today I'm going to do? Today I'm going to come in, and every time I take a trade and I go long, Central West Coast, just underneath Tampa Bay, Corey, about 45 minutes south Tampa Bay. I grew up in Tampa Bay area, Pinellas actually. And I used to work in Sarasota, which is why I'm excited to go there. So I was decided, you know what I'm going to do is anytime I think this is a long, I'm going to go short. And then boom, you know what I mean? I made money that day. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to address one and then I'll go back. Jose, I love you, buddy. You're welcome to not be here from 11 to 12. Okay. 11 to 12 is my show. I talk about what I want to talk about on my show. If you're not interested in my content, dude, you're welcome to bail. I'm not that interested in your time. But if you want to ask me a specific question because you want me to explain something or give you something, I'm happy to do that for you. But if you want to throw this rudeness stuff on that, you can bail, man. I don't need you on this channel. I don't want you in this community. You don't got the right vibe. You know what I mean? So love you. I do. I really do. But that attitude right now, come on, man. Like, what do you want? Say something, generate something. I have to come on here every single day and make shit up. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get in here and do that? Come on, man. Anyway, it just is what come on, what the hell? So on the Camarilla indicator, when it says deprecated, get light or premium, what I'm saying when what happened, so because we took we've added a lot of functionality to the indicator, so we've gone to a premium model, but I did promise to everybody I would always leave a working version of the cams free for everybody. So the light is the free version, right? So it has all of the functionalities of the full version. It just doesn't do the alerts. It still does the cams, it does the calculations, it does everything. It doesn't have Thor mode. So you'll have to go in there and configure it. But if you take just a few minutes and learn the system, it actually is everything you need, right? But if you don't, but if you want all of the stuff, go to my IG and the link on how to sign up and all that's there. But you can always use it and come with me. If you're from Bear Bull Traders, Peak Capital, and my private group, you get me every day. It don't matter. I already call it. I already call it for you. And I keep my, if I get an alert, I'll let you know. Right now, there hasn't been much. Yesterday we had great alerts. Today, it's been kind of a not great market. You know what I mean? So Thor mode, if you're in the premium version, is my mode. So one of the things that I did to make it as easy as possible for you is anytime I make an adjustment in my configuration, I let Bruz know and he updates Thor mode. Right? So you never have to ask yourself, if you have premium, am I using the version Thor uses? Is it configured correctly? That answer is yes, because you're in Thor mode. So it's at Thor Young MA. Used to be BBT, but had some bots, so I had to kill it. So at Thor Young MA for now. Hopefully it stays that way. I like it, Market Alchemist, right? So, but yeah, Thor mode is the secret sauce, right? It's the special configuration. Today, very few alerts. So IWM alerted, but it didn't draw because it was too aggressive to actually call the box. So IWM alerted when it hit ATR low and it came off of near S6, but we didn't quite make the right candle patterning to draw this one, right? So we didn't actually end up getting a call on this one. Right, or apply. So CL called, but CL did not work out very well. What the hell? CL called and it did not actually trade very well. Hold on. So I got my gold one and hold on. I tried CL once, lost it, tried it again, and just cut it because it looked too bullish. So CL was a solid call, but it regained trend and it never really started selling very well. So this one, so I ended up on that one. So I had the NQ, I had the gold, and then I lost a CL. So that's the good thing, right? Even in this instance, I ended up with, one loss because this is a break even. You look at the detector was just showing us staying and buying. This is one of the things I'm really starting to get better into using, is starting to really start focusing more on my buying and selling detector, which is now available. I'm really waiting till we get into a good, even on NQ, this would have improved my NQ entry significantly if I had waited. Well, let me show you that. It's really cool. Miss. Look right here. We didn't actually cross and start selling till right here. Right? So if I'd have actually been a little more patient and just waited for us to start selling and went short there, and put my stop there, I wouldn't have had to have endured this chop and all these pullbacks. So pretty sweet. And then even here we spiked, but then immediately went back to selling. So pretty cool. Does the cam logic calculations get impacted by big news gaps? No, not really. The cams are calculated based upon previous days, highs, lows, and closes. Right. So now, depending on whether we're calculating regular trading hours or extended trading hours, there can be some variation based upon gaps. Right. But the vast majority of the time, what you will find is that the cams are adhered to during these moments. So the cams are reset every day. So they recalculate, but they stay the same throughout the entire day. They're a pre-calculated level. Oh, no. So, oh, hey, Jose, I am not offended in any way. I was just making sure you realized you're being kind of an ass. So as long as you're okay with that, then I'm okay with you being here. I don't need you to regulate my content or to tell me to get back to character. Like you can do that with Andrew, maybe. He's into that. I'm not into that. Like I said, if Andrew likes you to like, cattle prod him when you want him to perform and do things, cattle prod away. Do that from 9:30 till 11 o'clock. But at 11 o'clock, it's my hour. As you can tell by my response, I'm just super not into it, right? It's called boundaries, buddy, and I'll set them on you. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you and you being here, I guess, but I don't show up every day to do a free show, right? So that I can have people be like, dance monkey dance. You know what I'm saying? So, but as long as you're cool with that, I'm cool with it. So back to character. Um, uh, so, um, so we're looking at HG here. So I actually did like HG when I was looking at it. And then why do I do this show? Andrew asks me to. I used to be 11 to 12 behind that, and I trade with P Capital every morning, and I actually have come to really enjoy it. I actually do really enjoy it. Y'all are a lot of fun for the most part, other than Jose. I just love it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just laugh, people. We're just all having fun here. We're all just having fun. So looking at HG, so one of the things I really like is before you can go right, it's good to look left, right? So one of the things you notice is we tried to sell back here and really couldn't do much with it. So one of the things I actually like is the idea of grabbing this level and pulling that level over, because that's pretty sweet on HG right there. We also had in the earlier part of the market, we had a relatively aggressive shorter term trend going in the pre-market, right? So now that we're open, you can kind of see we had reclaimed that short-term trend and we really just haven't done anything ever since, right? We found our ATR low. We bounced right off of it, which is our calculated ATR low. You can get that in really key levels, right? Sorry, you can get that in adaptive ATR limits. I don't know why I said the other one. Basic calculation is what I like. But you can see here, we've tried to buy, but we can't really buy. And we've tried to sell, but we really don't start selling. So for me, this is a don't touch, right? I would leave this one completely alone, right? Because as of right now, I don't see anything in here that makes me feel like we're above trend. So going short here feels a little dangerous, but you can tell, look where we bounced. We went right into that level that from quite a few days ago and bounced right off of it and then found ATR low. So it just doesn't feel very good to me that we would sell through a monthly support level, through an intradaily support level, through the ATR low, through the low of day, through monthly low. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot in the way. You know what I mean? So at this point, I just don't really feel good about being short, and we're actually buying more than we're selling on the rolling, right? So right now, this actually looks more long than short, but we're at a premium location, so it'd be a little late to go long. So yeah, that's kind of my diagnosis on that one. Thor, what do you think is going to happen in the market? Oh, sure. Let's look at that. So my favorite chart for looking at this right now is actually the 4-hour chart. Look what happened today on the market. We had this trend here from here to here. It's a really easy to spot one. These are not always difficult, right? You don't always need like some magical thing to find something. It's just that low to that low. And look what happened today, right? As we've lost it. We then bought into it, opened, offered it, and started selling. Now, for those of you who are into this whole VPA thing I like to do, over the past, since the 25th, what color are the candles that have large volume? It's not inobvious, right? They're red, right? So when we move up, this is why ghost candles are so much better than regular candles. Because you can actually see them in the context of volume, right? That's reading candles are like, I mean, reading candles by themselves, a hammer candle with strong volume, a hammer candle with medium volume, and a hammer candle with low volume are three completely different candles. If you don't know the implied reason behind those, then you're not trading. You know what I mean? Like candle patterns without looking at volume it is incredibly deceptive. But once you add VPA, volume and price analysis, to candle patterning, they're mine. They're a part of my access, all of my plays. So, or all of it, it's with the suite that comes with Camaria pivot plays, ghost candles, and the BS detector. You can all get. Just go to my IG. There's a link for where to sign up. It directs you there. So we've modified the so I want to make an announcement. So at Peter, that is something that we do not need to do. Call Stacked is a very good friend of mine, and we came to an arrangement on the ghost candles. He was the original coder. We took them and cleaned them up a little bit. Again, he coded them for me with me. And then he's allowed me use of them for some reasons. So, and Bruz actually did credit him, I believe, in there. So so for the record, but we don't have to, but we did. So well, that's not what, you know, it's fine. I'm really not worried about it. All of the acknowledgments that are necessary are in the description. They, you know, it's fine. My goodness, you folks are so like interesting. Yeah. We completely modified them since then, changed so much of the logic in the code since whatever that original code. They're not even like the same thing. Oh my goodness, you people are so fun today. So look what happens every single time we try and buy. Nothing. Try and buy. Look at this giant candle. But look how low the volume is. Van, I know, man. Oh, I know, man. It's interesting. Right. So even here, like you can see our selling dropped here. So it's not surprising we saw a buy candle, right? This is true. Gearoid, you're so true. Right. It's okay. So look at the ES, kind of the same thing. When you look at the ES, this is a really nice VPA read, right? Look at the two green candles that are the biggest green candles if we're talking anomalies. What do you see? What's wrong with those candles? I love you too so much. Eric. What's wrong with those green candles? There's volume. What's wrong? They're not moving up, right? We're getting buy volume. Why aren't we moving up? Right? We're leaving a topside wick. We left a truncated candle, right? This wasn't an engulfing candle with all this volume, right? This wasn't a full body that bought premium. This went right to the high and died. We then offered premium and sold, tried to buy, and got stuffed. right? So right now, when you're looking at this, you see, and look, the BS detector works in this time frame. Look what happens when we try and buy. Look what the detector does. You see that? Right? It's still saying we're moving down. And even as we consolidate, right, we just re-offer. We don't start buying. Buying is up here. We were buying, but now we're not. There is no other combination of indicators you're going to find. I'm sorry. Like, this is, I'm a little biased, obviously, because they're mine. Peter, I love you, buddy. I don't know why you're hashing this right here. You know, we did our diligence on it, man. We did what we wanted to do. I think you made your point. Don't clog up my chat with arguing with Bruz over something. He's got a stance and he's made a decision on it. Accept it. Like, I don't know. Like, what's your thing here, man? Like, I assure you, like, we're good. Right? The ghost candles that I use are significantly different than any other before. Even if we got a jump using a thing, it's different. Okay. Bruz has taken all the time. He's a super respectful guy. He's a professional coder who's been doing this his whole life. I assure you, he's done his due diligence. He works directly with the TradingView guys in order to get everything deployed. He knows exactly what he's doing. So, I mean, I guess if you're really upset about it, you can file a complaint with TradingView. And, you know, and let that go that route, man. You know, what it's just not something we can, you know, it's just not something to clog a chat up with. So I'm done on it. Right? So I just don't know. You guys are so fun. All right, spicy day. Spicy day. Speaking of spicy, I know. I kind of miss Jose now. You know, after I was, you know, out now that we've got Peter, I was, you know, I'm like, man, God, you know who I miss? I miss Jose. There you are, Jose. I missed you. Oh my God, how are you, my friend? Let's make up. Can we make up? I was wrong. You were wrong. We were both wrong together. Like, we let this go too far. Oh, no. Oh, I like when you use words like obviously, but you're in an argument with people who don't agree, but you're using the word obviously. But if it was obvious what you're saying, then we wouldn't be disagreeing, right? It would just be the thing because it would be obvious, right? But obviously, oh, I love it. I love how you're trying to project, you know, victory, obviously. All right. So, you know what's obviously a really good book to get? Mine. And which is obviously going to get trolled today because if I haven't pissed off a couple people today, good Lord, I'm I don't know what else we're doing here. So hashtag Thor book, I believe is what we're doing. I agree with T Trader. It is in fact a great book. This book is a book that I have personally worn as a garment. And if you are a creative biologist, there may be enough of me on this book now in order to make your own personal Thor who could trade for you someday in the future. Here, a little beard there on the side there. There you go. That's for you. I'm just going to seal that in there. Don't give it. So there's 20 people in here going, please don't send me that book. uh, that's funny. All right, we got Thor books going. We're gonna let this thing spin for a minute. We're gonna go like at 11:50. We'll let this spin, and then when Carlos has this thing inside of him. It's kind of like Galactus. You know, Carlos can feel when the energy is at the right moment that he needs to step in and do something. So whenever Carlos is feeling it, I don't really know if that reference was good or not, but I like it. I'm sticking with it.
Love it.
Look at all those Thor books. Yeah, people. So whoever gets the Thor book, after you get it, send an email to me and copy Carlos and Andrew on it, just so we make sure it gets to me, because you never know. And then make sure you send me your name, your address, real name though, because I'm actually going to sign it and send it to you and go to a mailbox and stuff. I didn't even know they still had those, but someone told me they do.
All right, friends, here we go.
Here we go.
7 people. 2 more. 69, 70. Excellent. All right, it goes to Elias AW. Congratulations.
Nice. Nice. Yay. That's awesome. So make sure to send me an email, Elias. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so excited. So make sure to send an email. I will sign your copy of my book. I was really hoping Jose or Peter was going to win. I just thought that would have been amazing. But Elias, not to downgrade this win for you, I was just thinking that would have been super ironic. But nice, first time winning, best time winning. I'm just saying, just guaranteed 100% to change your life for the better. If not, you can send it to Jose, and Jose will properly, take it to a Goodwill or something and leave it on a shelf there and pretend like it didn't go to him. And Jose. I actually have a feeling Jose and I would be like really good friends. I really do like, slightly combative, like I can kind of tell we have a vibe here. So this could actually be, every now and again, like when you're in middle school and stuff, your best friend ends up being a guy you get in a fight with, like on the first day of school. I think this could be the start of something big for me and Jose. Not Peter. Peter never came around. I don't like his style, but I'm just kidding, Peter. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Jose is good people. You can tell Jose is good people, but oh my God. Oh my God. My face hurts. Oh. Okay. My cheeks hurt. I have been laughing for like 45 minutes straight with you people. Goodness gracious. Okay. So I only execute on a 1 minute. I only execute on the 1 minute. Okay. I use 4 hour for my longer time frame analysis. I stole it from Dr. V. I take no credit. She stole it from, I think, like Livermore, Wyckoff, or Sakota, or somebody like that. Thor@bearabletraders.com, and copy Carlos and copy Andrew, just to make sure. Right. So imagine like if all you were using is the 4 hour trend on ES for your basic overall sentiment. Look, it's not complex. You hit here, bam, you're done. Right. That's all it takes. Now look what happens when it loses trend. Ta-da! Look, it offers it, loses it. Look, now we're selling. Right. It's trend lines have been around since like forever, like pre-computers, we were using trend lines. Right. So they really, really work. But you can see here we actually have a steeper trend and a longer term one at that coming from here. Look how that lines up. Boom, bam, bam, bam. I mean, is that not amazing? Look at how well that lines up, right? Look where we lose trend, right? So right now you should be thinking more short overall than long, because we are under the long-term trend. Right. So the 4 hour, I always, Dr. V says this a lot, and I really like it, which is, look, before you can go right, you need to look left. If you're looking left, what do you see on this 4 hour chart? What color are the vast majority of the large volume bars when you look left across this chart? they're pretty red, huh? Like, doesn't it feel like we're just offering higher? Like trying to get higher into a place of premium so that we can sell? Right? We established this trend. We've now lost it. Even a new high, a new all-time high, which you can now have auto-plotted on really key levels, which is a free indicator, right? The new Tory. So, you know, even going to all-time high wouldn't reestablish trend. So we're really under trend right now, right? So we got to really stay focused on that, right? So, but when I execute here. Now look at this. If you were looking for a cheeky short, look, higher narrow range, look where we went back to R4 and rejected. But look what was right in the way. There's our trend, right? There's our little short-term trend. All I had to do to grab that guy, it was not complicated, right? That to that. That's it. All you need is 2 to 3 points. We get this high, this high, this high. Look at the reoffer. I drew this earlier today before we opened. And I do have a very small section on how to draw, like 1 page on how to draw trends, because they're not that complicated. If you really want to know how to draw trends, come by tomorrow. I'm going to give away another copy of my book, and Dr. V is going to be on with us tomorrow, right? Right? People are going to be on, we're going to have Dr. V on tomorrow, so we can talk about your personal psychology, really see what you're going to be getting in December when we talk about, if anyone who hasn't been here on Wednesdays, imagine mentoring with Dr. V every single day, right? I mean, that's every Wednesday. I mean, it's basically what you're getting Wednesday, but you would be getting, you know, an hour with Dr. V in the mornings as well as in the afternoons, most afternoons. I mean, it's pretty incredible, right? So, but Dr. V will be here tomorrow, and she is the best trend line drawer I know, period. Like, and that's something to say. I mean, she put a lot of time researching various people. She had a coach who actually like really instructed her on how to do that. She has a lot of contacts with market makers in the NYSE also. I mean, she really is on top of her stuff, right? So anyway, but you can tell like today being short and selling, like this is no surprise to me. Like why I actually called in the Bear Bull Traders room that we were going to start selling pretty soon on ES and or earlier. And it was when we were up here and everyone was like, well, how does he call that? It's not complicated. We're in an area where we should start selling, right? All you got to do is zoom out a little bit and you can see we're just reoffering the trend, which also happens to be this bid we broke. Look, let's look for some more correlation. Look, there it is. See this big candle? Hit its bottom. Pow. Look at that. Right? S4, higher, narrow range, key level, right? Downtrend. What more are you looking for a reversal point, right? Where did we squeeze off of to the downside? Hello, ATR low, right? It's just an algorithmic calculation that everybody uses. The 14-period look back is the most standard thing available, right? Where these indicators aren't complex indicators. They're the ones that work. And that was my goal. So everything on my screen that you see here are all our indicators that we have coded, right? That work the way we want them to work, right? So that we can see these with our own flavor on them. So you can have real-time buying and selling right now. Are we choppy? Sure are, right? Actually selling overall. So it's the Camarilla Pivot Plays is the name of the indicator. If you go to my Instagram at ThorYoungMA, MA for Market Alchemist. If you go by ThorYoungMA on IG, I have links to all of that stuff, including Peak Capital, including Bear Bull Traders. So it's the Camarilla Pivot Plays. We then also have the ATR limits that are adaptive, really key levels, and then we have the buying and selling detector, or as we like to call it, the BS detector, and then ghost candles. All the good stuff. 2 of them are free and are available publicly. It's only ghost candles, BS, and Camarillas that are on lockdown. Camarillas do have a free version. That's the light version, and it does everything the other ones do. It just doesn't have the calls and the premium and the settings. For brokers, I use Trade-A-Vit for my futures. I also have a Ninja account and an Interactive Brokers account. I mirror multiple accounts while I trade. For equities, I only recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers, especially utilizing, I don't trade equities through TradingView because it's not a thing. It is very difficult. I'd use TradingView for signaling. I would still trade in DOS. If you're going to trade equities, especially with share volume, you're going to want tight fills and fast fills. You're going to want to do it. So absolutely. All right, everybody is coming up on noon here. I hope everybody had an amazing day trading. Thank you so much for the fun banter. I hope you all were entertained and had fun here. I know it gets a little spicy, but that's what we do. I'll see everyone all tomorrow. Remember with Dr. V, much love to everybody out there. I'll talk to you soon and keep it green. All right, bye.